All right, this is session 16? This is session 16. Yeah,
Section.
welcome to Big Trouble in Little Orlane, session 16. I'll start with the recap of session 15. Uh, the very first thing was Dead Monks. This is part 0, so this is before the session actually started. Uh, you started out in a hallway containing what appeared to be meditation chambers or confessionals, and regardless of their exact intent, multiple grinning lunatics ambushed the party and were cut down in short order. So you guys slaughtered the remaining priests in the northwest portion of the Temple of America, the northwest wing. The session started in the west wing. Uh, you explored the booths, uncovering another trapdoor by Talissa. The door contained no latch and was firmly held shut by what appeared to be a thick chain. Several attempts were made to figure out how to breach the portal, including searching for any hidden levers or switches. Nothing was uncovered. It was decided that the rest of the West Wing be explored and that the group should return to the original trapdoor they discovered, also uncovered by Talissa, in Misha's chambers. So you found two trapdoors, and this one was apparently like held shut from underneath. Moving through the west ring, the group uncovered a messy kitchen and what appeared to be a parlor or a lounge behind a heavy set of curtains. Nothing of any value was discovered, although some of the party did gather up dried meat and bread from the kitchen. The kitchen, as if you remember, was quite a mess, but it was used recently. The group made their way to Misha's chambers and stood over the exposed opening in the floor. Part 2, the cellar maze. Airwalk first proceeded down on a mission of reconnaissance. The Grugok descended the steep stairs into pitch black darkness until his eyes adjusted, of course, and reaching the bottom revealed to him a large narrow chamber with a single visible door to the west. He also spotted various tracks, both human and reptilian, so they looked like troglodyte tracks to you in the area. Fetching the rest of the group and reporting his findings, the group or the party proceeded down into the darkness, into the cellar with him. Once in the cellar, the door was checked and found to be locked. Loman, however, using his tools and gnomish mechanical insight, was able to finally pop the lock with an audible click, revealing a truly strange sight in the torchlight. In front of you, a series of narrow hallways, approximately 6 to 10 feet wide, covered in wooden spikes of varying lengths from the floor to the ceiling. Suspecting a trap, the party proceeded in with caution to investigate. Upon further examination by torchlight, it was determined that the spikes were painstakingly mortared into the wall. Great care was taken by both the dwarf and the elf in searching for any signs of mechanical engineering in the area. This yielded no results. Confused as to the purpose, the two party members with infravision, Arawak and Benrus, scouted ahead from the rest of the group. The tunnel design itself was particularly perplexing. Various corridors ran in all directions, often switching back and terminating in dead ends. All of them covered from the floor to the ceiling in wooden spikes. Their design was particularly upsetting to the dwarf, who could think of no earthly logical reason why anyone would engineer such a series of tunnels. So Benrus, you were quite upset by that.
Yeah,
Didn't make any sense to you,
still doesn't.
and
Yeah, it does.
yeah, it's yeah, and it seemed rather sadistic to you.
Yeah,
In fact, it conjured up visions of that you couldn't quite put your finger on, but visions of some fairy tale that your mother used to regale you with when you were a child, but you can't quite put your finger on what the fairy tale was about, but it for some reason reminded you of this. Okay, the group began to navigate through this funhouse by torchlight, spotting dried blood on some of the spikes as they passed in some of the areas. Eventually, you came upon a door. A foul smell familiar to you permeated the air in this area. Benra stepped forward and opened the door and was immediately swung at by a large ogre. Shadow lunged forward into the dark threshold as the blow missed Benrus and landed firmly on the door jamb. So, right when you open the door, a club came swinging out of the dark and stopped on the door jamb.
Right.
Dog lunged through into the dark. Well, for you, with your infravision, you could see what was going on, but the dog couldn't. So the dog just went for what it smelled and jumped in there. Uh, okay, so yeah, missed Benrus and landing firmly on the door jamb. Benrus carefully leaned back against the spiked wall and made room for Zadar, who rushed through the threshold. So there's torchlight. Loman's holding up the torch, and it's kind of bouncing off the walls and lighting up a little bit inside the next room. Yeah, so Zadar rushes in. Uh, for some reason, I think he's just angry with the whole experience in this temple. And with a well-landed blow across the abdomen, the ogre was almost felled in a single shot. It dropped to its knees. The dog lunged forward and caught the giant's neck and ripped out his throat. At that time, the ogre dropped lifelessly to the floor. Let me share an image with you guys. Just great how they don't remember my size preferences either. That's great. Yeah. Okay, so do this. I'll just give you guys this one. So there is an ogre. That's a 1E ogre, by the way.
Yeah.
Find the face on the 1E ogre to be eerie. Has a stupid, violent, kind of almost like mentally disabled look on its face. But I find that kind of horrifying, considering that it's semi-giant. Just big, dumb, and mean. Okay. So the ogre dropped lifelessly to the floor. Examining the creature reveals it to be quite a pitiful specimen indeed. The ogre looks about half their usual size. What I mean by half is it's completely bedraggled and covered with scars from head to toe. It looks like it has muscle atrophy, where it's just from malnutrition. It's just sagging muscles. Its only possessions appear to be a tattered loincloth and a large, mean-looking club made of solid oak. Club itself is covered in blood, dried blood. It was obviously malnourished. Its cheekbones protrude out of a hollow, gaunt face. And why was this creature even down here in the first place, and what was its purpose in this maze? Moving on, Airwalk discovered a false wall nearby, and inside this antechamber, as it were, discovered a withered skeleton holding a rusty short sword. Additionally, in the main tunnels, a nearby wall that appeared to be dead end was actually an optical illusion. If faced straight on, it looked solid, but if looked at from an angle, it was revealed to be transversible. If you looked at it from straight on, it just looked like a solid wall. Looked at it from the side, you could actually walk around it. Uh, yeah, after multiple dead ends and backtracking, the party finally came upon an opening into what looked like a natural tunnel system. This is where it began to look damp. Like the walls began to look damp, like heavy moisture in the air. Floors, you see, it's becoming more and more muddy as you look into the tunnel as it goes farther in. It's definitely a natural tunnel system, but opposed to this maze that it was obviously built for some sadistic reason. Which leads us to finally in the short recap for part three, which is the natural tunnels. Once again, the Grugok scouted ahead, proceeding up into the tunnel a good 20 yards. So this tunnel kind of snakes that you got that Arawak came in. It kind of does literally like a flat S like that, snakes around. And coming around a corner, he noticed a large fungus mushroom, gigantic cap, about 10 feet ahead as he rounded one of the corners. The tunnels also appeared to fork at this point, so where the mushroom is and this gigantic toadstool fungus is, there's the tunnel system splits right there to a V like that. Almost immediately, when he poked his head around the corner, a horrid shrieking sound filled the tunnels. I mean, so bad, in fact, it is so loud that it nearly blew out eardrums in the process. Arawak has heard, he knew about these what this creature was. He knows it to be a shrieker, and immediately when this thing sounded the alarm, he fled back down the tunnel system to regroup with the others. One more image for you guys. There you go. A shrieker. In fact, mm-hmm. Yep. I'm gonna give you one more too.
I like that.
Mm.
So that's where it picks up. And in front of you, this is kind of what the tunnel system looks like. This is what you guys see. When he makes it back to you, this is what is in front of you. Got the image good?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it kind of looks like there's still a little bit of man-made structure like support beams along the left and right, and then they look to just disappear. And Arawak can confirm because he went about 3 times the distance as this image shows in this snaking tunnel system. And where he saw it fork off, it's definitely getting more and more damp and wet in the area. The walls are just completely wet.
Now, there's stuff up by the ceiling, Spencer. Is that
Cobwebs,
three cobwebs? Okay.
roots,
Roots too. Okay.
roots, cobwebs. Yeah, yeah. That confirmed or that concludes the recap.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unlock it so I'm not going crazy.
Do you have the map up?
I do. Let me reshare it with you.
Okay.
As a dwarf, would I be able to tell the direction we're going?
Why don't you give me a let's see, what do you got there, Roger, for your dwarf? I could give you a simple,
I
wisdom
got
roll, but
detections.
let me look at what you
Is-
got.
Okay, I can
Give me a survival underground.
survival underground. Right?
Yep. Could have given you a wisdom, but I like to use the skills that you got in there. You kind of turned around, and whether it was, it's not really surprising since,
Going
you
through the
know,
maze.
you've gone through a maze, but
Yeah.
you think maybe you're facing east, maybe,
Okay.
but you're not confident.
So after a while, I can try again, right?
You can try again a little bit, but you
Yep.
need a point of reference, though. I
Right.
mean, if you try again, I mean, I would say, unless the situation changes, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But
All right.
you need some type of a point of reference, I would say, whether that is, a stream flowing a certain direction that you knew came in at a certain area, or some other clue. I don't know what you guys will discover yet. So, let's see here.
Airwalk looks
Hmm.
over to Benris. No, I take that back. Scoot looks over to Roger and says, "We're heading north.
Mm,
See, on
Right.
the map, top is north."
yeah, brilliant.
Oh, you got a map.
Airwalk, though, to Benris goes, "Who knows? Let's
I
just
have
keep
no
going."
idea.
Yeah. So it is unlocked. Try not to move ahead more than, like 30 feet. And if I say stop, just stop. As far as Zadar, I'm actually going to pull him off the map because I just would rather you guys play.
We just
I'll run. I'll run him.
all right.
Yeah, and I don't even need to pull him off the map. I'll just move his token. But I will. Oh, we did. Oh, nice, man. Well, oh, nice. Well,
That's
welcome.
Phantom, New Jersey.
Mm,
Phantom, New Jersey. That's a
That's
cool
a cool
name.
name.
Yeah,
yeah.
Why does
yeah.
that name sound familiar?
Newark.
No.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. Oh, cool, man. That's really cool. Yeah, watch those videos that John posts. They're really neat. We got a really neat setup. All right, guys. Well, the Shrieker is still, Arawak, I'm assuming, has informed you what is causing the ear-splitting noise up ahead.
Considering that I am familiar with these, what is my expectation of their eventual shut upness?
Well, their their whole purpose is to serve as an alarm, right?
No,
They're
my just how long do I think it'll last?
uh That's a good question. I would say that it's going to keep going off until it's either shut up, maybe 10 minutes.
So Airok would think that it's going to take about 10 minutes.
Yeah, and then what happens
I
is
don't think they're.
usually,
I don't think they're watching their cameras.
yeah, it's going to take about 10 minutes for that thing to approximately 10 minutes for that thing to shut the hell up and reset, as it were.
So I'm gonna tell everybody. Let's just
You do know
regroup
that
here and
purple
figure out.
worms. Go ahead. You do know that they're prized delicacy for purple worms. They love them.
Wait, the Shrieker?
Oh, yeah,
The
it's a
Shrieker like
delicacy.
purple worms?
No, no, the purple worm like love shrieker.
Shrieker? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's like caviar to them.
Got it.
Yeah, they're
And I would
usually
imagine.
they're
I'm sorry.
usually accompanied by other types of fungus too that are quite deadly. And Arawak would know this too. There's multiple types of fungus, fungal creatures that carry all types of nasty effects. But this, with the way that it looked and sounded to him, he is pretty sure this is all you're dealing with is a shrieker.
I don't know if Shadow would be barking or trying to
He
get
looks
away from it.
he looks very upset right now
Yeah.
as this is going off. Dogs with their keen hearing.
Right.
He's kind of whimpering. Not
Yeah.
that you can barely hear it, but the dog is periodically. "Woo."
It's hurting him. Yeah.
It's hurting his ears.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah.
I guess the door, yeah, would be a good spot.
You'd like to go back through the door?
We
What
need
do
to
you guys
come
think?
up with some way to kill this thing as soon as we round that corner.
You
Okay,
want me?
the clock is
Amy,
ticking.
Mia's looking for you.
You want me and Vendors to go up there and
Should put it in the garage. So text me how much. Okay.
Clock is ticking. What are you guys doing?
Airwalk is there usually a bunch of these, or just one of them
Hello.
in a group?
Love you.
I love you too.
Okay, bye.
Do you know?
Let's wait until he. Hold on.
Oh,
Yeah.
This guy.
All right. So,
Hold
Raj,
on.
no worries. Take your time. So yeah, what he saw one, but again, he peeked
that
his
moves
head
back.
around. He yeah, he peeked his head around the corner. The thing went off. He ran back to regroup. He would know that they're usually accompanied by other various forms of fungus.
Okay,
Um, but
but all
again,
we hear is just the one, right?
all you hear is a shrieker because
Okay.
shriekers are the only ones that make that noise.
Yeah, all right.
Well, you would have to give visual confirmation on that, wouldn't you?
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds like one.
Okay.
There's only one down there.
But again,
But we
you
got to
were
go in
missing
and we got
Scoot.
to just like kill it.
Yeah, and Scoot, you might have missed, but yeah, I told them. He asked, Roger asked, can you tell, if this thing's alone? And you would know from experience that where there's usually shriekers, there's often, it's not always, but there's often other types of fungal monsters in the area. I can give you an exact name if you bear with me here.
I don't think these shriekers are going to come to us.
No, they don't move.
They
Yeah,
don't move.
we need to go to them.
Yeah. So sometimes they're accompanied by violet fungus, which is deadly, and
Oh,
Scoot would know this. Very deadly. Um, Also, picomid, ficomid.
okay.
Sometimes
Lisa's worried
molds.
about this. Like,
Sometimes
what
they
is?
grow out
I
of
got
dead
an idea,
bodies.
everybody.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to go through this. There's just going to be too much fungus and nasty underground shit.
I
Let's just
agree.
go back out and find another way.
That sounds good to me. I don't know what these. I don't know what their fungus is gonna do. Is it gonna spray poison at us or something?
Well, I mean, we could hit them with ranged weapons, and
Uh-huh.
if there are some that move, we can pull
You got
back.
you got Greek fire?
What's that?
What about Roman fire?
What
You
what's
don't.
what is Roman fire?
I have no idea.
You
What
don't.
is Greek fire?
Yeah.
Greek fire
Expensive.
is is a
Yeah, I know what Greek
flammable
fire
like Molotov cocktail type thing.
is. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, what do you guys got on yourselves? You got. You could hit them. I mean, you know that shriekers aren't going to defend themselves, so you could actually chop it down
All
and
right.
destroy it.
But we run a chance of the other type of fungal.
Been another minute.
So is it still shrieking? Because you said
It's
about
still
10
shrieking.
minutes. So we're
I'm
not
keeping
going
track.
anywhere until that thing stops shrieking. And then give it a few minutes to see what it attracts. I don't think there
You don't
was
think
elsewhere.
That's too much time.
Where
I think
else
it's
was
gonna
there
draw
elsewhere?
attention to us too.
If I can remind you that yeah, you haven't found anywhere else but this.
Yeah, this is the
Well,
way to go.
this tunnel, how is it single file?
You can
Uh,
walk 2 by 2.
Just to let you know, I'm keeping shadow out of it.
Okay. So you're telling him to heal if he runs in.
Yep.
You're telling him to stay. You're gonna be
Oh,
going.
probably about 60 feet.
No. Okay. You're about on the 4 minute mark right now. You guys moving in?
Yep.
sure.
I think Zadar will be up front with whoever is going to tank. So who's gonna be up front here?
All
Okay.
right. I'll be in behind Loman then,
Okay.
unless you want to go behind
I'll
Delissa.
go behind.
All
I'll
right.
go behind
Just let me
you.
know. And if you want to change the tactics of Zadar, you just let me know. I'll just run them. It's up to you guys. You know, like
Yeah, I think we'll do that. Spencer. We'll put
Okay.
me up front.
Yep. Sounds good. Okay. You guys are moving up. Go ahead and move up. You can just move. You don't have to stop or. So you guys are working your way up the tunnel.
Yep.
All right, I'll be back.
Be s- You could be side by side.
Whoa! There she blows.
Yeah, so immediate Benrus, what you see again is what exactly what Arawak saw in the torchlight. You see a big, it just looks like a gigantic toadstool to you. You don't
Mhm.
see any other things, but it does look like it's growing out of some type of rotting carcass of some type, animal carcass or something, some type of a dead animal that this thing has grown out of. And of course you see the cave system split to the left and to the right, a V pattern right there. This thing pretty much takes up the center, and it's even louder here as you round the corner. The acoustics not having to bounce off all the walls right there. So
But any other large
you don't see
mushroom like?
you don't you just see this single thing growing out of, like I said, there's some type of either an animal carcass or maybe a person. You don't know. It's some pile of refuse right there that this thing has grown out of in the dark.
Then Fenris takes no heed and he charges Shrieker.
Okay, you're not gonna need. Well, why don't you guys just tell me what what weapon you're readying, and just roll initiative, just for the hell of it, so that I
Okay.
can, if something else happens, I can take that into consideration. Yeah,
I'm
Zadar,
using my bastard
Zadar
sword.
is going to try to chop it down as well, unless you guys decide that he's not going to try to do that.
Talissa will just get her. Let's see. Well, she'll just get her sling ready.
Okay. Airwalk. Scoot, did you have to walk away? I think he had to walk away. We'll just say
I'm
that
here.
he's. Oh, you there? Okay.
Yeah,
All
I just
right.
got back.
Everything good? Y'all good?
Dogs got into some food they shouldn't have got into.
Ah, yeah, yeah. The joy of pets. All right, let's see here. Loman or Arawak, you actually got the drop for the initiative. So what is your plan here, buddy?
I'm just watching our 6.
All right, very good. You can delay or end. It doesn't matter which way. Loman, you are holding the light, correct? Okay, that rushing water sound, it is not that strong. Just so you know, it's a lot fainter than that. It's not as strong as that. It's a faint sound of running water. Yeah,
Okay.
okay. What you see now that you've gotten up closer and you have a better light, when your eyes are adjusted to light, you can see this thing is nasty. It's got like holes in the top of it. You assume some type of, maybe shoot spores out or something. You don't know. Maybe that's where the sound maybe that's where the sound is coming from. You don't know enough about mushrooms, ironically. So,
Dwayne does.
yeah, little secrets. Yeah. So, yeah, there you go. Okay.
Is that water right around there, Mister?
It is. And it looks shallow to you right there, and it's definitely not as loud as what that's sounding. In fact, let me change that because I don't like how loud that sounds. Cool, but it's not quite what I was looking for. That's better. How's that sound coming through for you guys? Good? Okay. Zidar, what are you doing, Tommy? Oh, you're running in? Okay, Tommy says he's running in. So, Benrus, you see the human. Again, you don't know what his problem is, but ever since he's been down, I think you're assuming that he's just had enough of this shit. He's had enough. He was imprisoned in here. You guys just made your way through this fun house, and he just looks pissed off. And he comes rushing forward at this thing from across the room. He bumps into you, actually, and he and your dog on his way through you guys both. And he just rushes this thing, and he just lays down his longsword on it, on the cap. And you see the cap of this thing. You see the cap of this thing kind of split,
Right.
but not. It goes into it about maybe 6 inches, but not all the way cleaved into. Talissa, at this point, you can kind of see. So it's pretty dim in there. The way that you're angled and there's people standing in front, you can't really get a clear view of the shrieker. You can definitely hear it, but the light dancing off the walls, plus you got a human in there and a gnome and a dwarf in front of you, kind of shifting back and forth. It's hard to get a clear sight of the thing, but you can definitely hear it.
Yeah, I wish I would have. Let's see. So if I wanted to get up there, I could, right?
Yes.
You can totally get up there.
Um, but I can't
But
move
do you want to
past it.
whack it out? What do you want to do? Just tell me what you'd like to do.
Well, I rolled initiative for a sling, but I mean now I'm
What
thinking
would
that's
you like to do?
um. I want to attack. I want to attack it,
With
but
what?
I'm afraid I said sling, but that probably wouldn't even do that much damage. I don't think. No.
You could drop your sling, pull out your sickle, and then go at the very end of the round if you would like.
Yeah,
But why don't you do
that's what
that?
I would like
This
to
thing's
do.
not moving around. In fact, yeah, just delay your turn till the end of the round,
Okay.
and I'll let you use your sling. This thing's immobile. Yeah, it's not. We're not dealing with something that's trying to actively dodge you. Okay, this thing continues to shriek out. Nothing. Airwalk. You know that, and this isn't for the other people in the group. It's for you specifically. You know these things are just used as basically an alarm system, and that usually, it's to tell if there's intruders, and that quite possibly you'll get a bunch of people coming running in, but nobody's come yet, strangely enough. But that makes you nervous, being the
That
Grugon that you are.
makes me think of ambush.
Well, we just think it just hasn't attacked yet. Yeah.
I don't trust things out of the woods.
I wouldn't trust any. I wouldn't trust this shit even if it was in the woods. Benrus, you
Uh,
are you at this point. The dog is he starts howling. You know, he's howling at the air. This thing is just hurting his ears, man. And you are up, my friend.
does it look like he's gonna?
And you
Does it
are
look
up.
like he's gonna go for the
The
fungal?
jugular.
No, he's with you. He's you told him to heal and stay
Right.
with you. He's a well-trained dog, but he is visibly upset.
Upset. Well, I'm hoping that he will not follow me, and I
Okay?
can't charge now with the Czar there.
No.
So I will go up there. Oh, you don't have him locked down.
No.
I will go up right next to it.
Okay. This is bastard sword,
I'll
correct?
pass it toward one-handed. Yeah,
One-handed. You have a shield?
I do.
Okay. Go ahead and take that swing. This is your one attack round from both
Yep.
you and Zadar.
Nice.
Oh my god. That's the second. Oh no, you didn't do crit. Well, close enough.
Yeah.
First roll that Roger did tonight, he
It was
rolled a
a
20.
crit.
It's always, isn't
A
that always
wasted
the
roll.
case?
Yeah.
And then you
Okay.
get. Well, let's
Yeah.
go for it.
Oh,
Let's
So
go for it, actually.
Benrus, I'm just gonna tell you where you hit and you can describe it. You actually hit the stalk
oh.
and deeply damaged it. So
So I hit the stalk, and it cleaves like halfway through,
yeah,
and it starts teetering to one side.
yeah, it's
But
leaning
that's
over.
yeah. But doesn't go all the way.
Beautiful. That's exactly what I was looking for.
Mhm.
Okay, Talissa, you actually are you definitely you've drawn your scythe and you're waiting for an opening to get up there. It took you a little minute to reset there, which leaves you up right now. It is your turn, so you can make your way up where all the other guys
Okay.
are.
Nice.
Can I
Exactly.
get here?
Yes, you can. So you
And I
guys
can
are just
attack.
and let me exactly, and let me just before you do this, um, this is like ear splitting loud, especially when you're up right next to it. And you can notice that the top of this thing is like pulsating. Like each time the thing shrieks out, you notice the little holes on the top, they kind of like they pulsate. They like open, retract like that. It's like their orifices like open and close, like, and this thing is just shooting the sound out and it's just blowing your eardrums out. And everybody's just frantically, you got a dwarf just frantically hitting on it, you got a human swinging at it, you guys are just chopping this thing down. And oh, and in the, your focus is set on cutting it down, but it is an animal carcass that this thing has grown up out of
Right.
and around.
Right.
It's a carcass of a deer.
The fuck's the deer doing down here?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Quite pop, maybe.
Hmm.
Huh?
Okay, so
I'd
Talissa is
venture something more nefarious.
You can roll
Talissa
your
is
attack. Sorry.
going
Good.
to attack this thing.
With
He's
the
trying to
sickle
shut
of
it up.
death.
Sickle of death.
Oh, whoa.
Oh man.
Yeah, maybe it
Oh,
was just the running up and having to run through your allies. Maybe it was the change of heart about what weapon to use. Maybe it was the fact that you tripped a little bit getting around the other side of it. Whatever the factor was, or whatever the factor was, you missed.
There was an 18 though, and
Yeah,
I rolled off.
I
it
saw
was.
that too. I saw that too.
Thank you,
That's
Roger.
very unfortunate. So, what I'm gonna say is, why don't you guys, because you know what, just roll your knit and do it again. You guys will take it out. There's no need in going like full combat. I just want to see who does it. Plus, we're tracking time as well. Okay, Zadar. Remind me if I forget to roll for him, dude, because I get up in my head sometimes. All right, who do we got up? Loman. We we got you first, buddy. Top of the. Very good. Very
Link
good.
boy.
Link boy.
Mhm.
Thing lets out a bellowing shriek again. Right now, you see the orifices on the top of its cap open up, and it's even louder than ever right now. Airwalk.
Doing the same old, just watching our 6.
6. Very good. Talissa.
Okay, I'm gonna give it another go with the sickle.
Okay.
There it is.
Oh,
There it is.
Yeah. So
Big
go
love
ahead and
cat.
yeah. So go ahead and roll damage.
I didn't target it.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
Did you
So
here? So we'll do this here.
I have
Just
it
give me
targeted
one
now.
moment. Yeah, one moment.
Okay, but it.
Okay. Roll damage.
You got it.
Hey, Laura,
Yes.
you,
Drag and drop it.
you got to name the sickle of death.
Some. Yeah, the sickle is really good, man.
Yep.
I know.
I really like that weapon. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh
That
wait,
was
I
a
did the
that
wrong
was.
thing.
Did you
Sorry.
roll another hit? Wow, you're just killing it. Yeah, I rolled
Okay,
damage.
can I do it now, or is that gonna mess up
Yeah.
the crit?
I'll double the damage for you.
Okay.
You could just drop that 20 back on it, and then that.
Yeah, that's true. I'll do that again. I did it the first time. I'll do it again. There you go.
Fantas, go ahead.
So go ahead and yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, damn it.
All right.
Oh,
So
shit,
what
yeah.
I'm gonna rule here is that you actually chop the thing down, because there's no point. It's got 1 hit point left. Just not
Okay.
to meta, but you wound up taking that thing down. That was a critical hit. So
Well,
and
she
it
didn't get. Yeah.
yeah, you didn't get critical damage exactly. All right. So with that being said, yeah, it didn't, for whatever reason, it didn't work when I redropped it. Arawak, you see nothing coming up on their 6.
I like hearing that.
Yeah, we all do, for sure. So, Talissa, what happened there? You killed it, you critted, so what did you do?
Well, I just I went for the same spot where Roger had started, or sorry, not Roger. Fenris had started flashing through the body of it, and I finished the job.
Completed it. Yep.
Okay, so when you did that, the thing, it's almost like somebody who's got their vocal cord cut.
Yeah.
The air is shooting up the stalk of this thing and out the holes, and when you chopped it down like a tree, it just tipped over, and you could, for a moment, you could hear the whistling sound of like the air coming out of the stalk, and then it just stops, falls over. The cap falls over into the water with a splash, and it's mercifully quiet right now. Your head is just ringing. The dog is still whimpering. Now you can actually hear the dog whimpering, like clearly. Still whimpering. Cap lands in the water. It's about an inch deep of water. Looking around down to your Talissa, looking down to your well, in front of you, you can see that the dark cave looks damp and wet all the way down as far as you can see, and you think you can see what might be a door down there in the dim light. Again, the light's kind of like dancing off the water, throwing like reflections on the wall. Benaros, same thing. You can see up the tunnel right here, and you notice the same thing, that it's definitely the floor of the tunnel is covered in water. How deep it is back down the farther you go, you do not know. You know that it's about 1 to 2 inches deep right here.
So normally about this time, I would ask what we would hear, but since you're in the shrieker, I'm not going to ask.
Yeah, and another thing too I should bring up with that, your hearing is a little bit blown out right now. Your ears are all ringing from this.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take a moment.
Talissa kind of yells out because she can't tell how loud she's talking.
Yeah, exactly.
She's like,
What'd you say, Delissa?
I think
So
there's
you
a
guys
door
were
this way, but it's
so
a
you guys
little
were
wet up
yelling.
here.
So you guys are yelling.
Yep.
I think that
I
I'm
yell
talking
back at him,
quietly.
lay it down.
What?
Okay, so you guys are definitely yelling. Okay, you guys are. Hold on.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The RDM back in the day would have given us a negative to a lot of that. With a shrieker.
no, you definitely.
Disorientation, yep.
Yeah.
Don't tell Spencer that, though, Roger.
What am I doing?
I'm learning. Let me go. Let me consult my DM pad right here, guys. Okay, consulting
Alright.
my DM pad. Gonna give you the poker stare right now. So you guys are yelling, huh? Okay,
The GM pad.
you guys are
The ceiling
yelling.
starts to shake. A
There you
cave
go.
in!
All right.
Aerowalk's heading back up and out. They're too loud for him.
So he's going back through the maze and back. Okay, that's fair enough. I wouldn't blame you.
Like,
Um,
what the hell am I? What the hell is these people's problem?
they certainly are loud, aren't they?
Alright, I'll shut up.
I am going to. I'm simply locking it down because it's not anything other than I just want more control over the table. That's all. So, Arawak, you okay? Go ahead and go where you want.
I'm gonna move back in with them,
Sounds good. Change your
and I'm
facing,
gonna kind of
please.
shove them around a little bit, like
Gotcha.
finger over the mouth.
That's understandable.
The Venus kind of looks down at the ground and kicks the ground.
Yeah, this.
I like that. I
It-
That
hold
was
on,
good.
hold on, hold on.
He's changing it from a door to a window. Watch.
yeah.
Man, I really need here. I'm gonna fix this. This has got some of my programming notes on here. This is unacceptable. So,
If it's a window, you have dibs on it, okay, Loman?
all right, intentions, guys, as a group. All right, you can, I mean, go in order of the portraits, but tell me your guys' general consensus of what you guys are doing, and then we can like resolve it. So you want to wander along
The right passage.
the right passage until you reach a door. Okay, Arwalk, what is your goal for this turn?
I'm gonna delay telling you what my goal is until I hear what everybody else tells you.
Very good, Benros.
I'm going to grab Shadow
Yeah.
and I'm going to go to the entrance of the right passageway
Hmm.
and just watch them go down the passageway with holding on to Shadow.
Right. So you're gonna be along the fork right here and just kind of keeping an eye on
Keep an eye
things.
out. Yep.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to keep an eye on both passages.
Okay. So you're gonna kind of stand in the middle right there and watch for anything coming from either direction.
Yep.
Okay. Talissa. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry, Loman. Or, I know you want to move up, so just I'll get you up there, buddy. So sorry.
Melissa's curious about the door that Loman is going towards, and she's going to follow behind pretty closely.
Okay.
But also kind of carefully, because how much water standing water is in here? How deep
Well,
is it?
where you are right now, it looks to be 1 to 2 inches deep, but it's pretty dark in here, and the floor is pretty dark, and you don't know if it levels out or stays the same or has, you'd have to check. Right now, to answer your question, in the immediate area that you're in right now, it's 1 to 2 inches deep.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, yeah, no, that's I was gonna say, Loman, be careful and kind of check with your like staff or whatever you have.
Isn't
Yeah,
Loman swimming in this at the 3 inch depth?
1 inch.
Loman, yeah, Loman, what is your
You need to do a
exact?
swimming check?
It's
Let's
up to
see.
his
What
belly button.
I actually would like to know what your exact height is. I know it's over 3 feet, or no, it's not. It's 2 foot 3. 2 foot 3.
Wow.
Mine is, oh wow. Yours
That's
is two foot
interesting because I
three.
thought gnomes were taller than that. I thought, and I actually looked that up today. Could I be completely off with the math there? I mean, I'm 100%.
27 inches is 2'3". Is that what it says?
Let's see.
Well, I'm average as a dwarf, and that's 3'11".
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, gnomes are small.
38 to 36 inches modified by 1d6. So yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. We'll change that. Go ahead and change that. I looked it up today and I was like, because I wanted to know how tall. I know Benros is pretty tall for a dwarf. And
Yeah.
Benros, what's your height?
3'11".
Yeah, yeah, okay. You got the torch in one hand and you're poking with the other, so it's kind of an awkward. Wielding it with one hand is awkward, but you are able to achieve this as you proceed up, and it doesn't appear to get any deeper, but it does get muddier. So the water, how can I explain this? Whereas before it was like standing water in the ground, it's starting to turn into mud.
Ooh.
And before because we'll resolve it all at the same time, and I apologize again, Airwalk, what were you thinking about doing?
I told you I was waiting until everybody else
Well,
made
they
their
did.
decision.
They
Yeah,
did.
everybody
Very
went.
good. Start heading up the other passageway
Okay.
with
Okay.
my longsword in hand. I'm going to be very cautiously and quietly moving through here and feeling ahead of me. I just
Uh,
want to get a
And,
feel for what's up ahead.
and
yeah.
airlock.
But I'm not telling anybody that I'm doing this. In fact, as I skirt past Benris, I try to move silently and hide in shadows around him.
Do I,
Ah,
do I,
okay.
do I, do I notice him?
Yeah, can you give me a roll? Could you give me a hide in shadows for that? I'm
I
serious.
most definitely can.
Yeah.
Because Benders was just about to say something.
Benros, Benros notices as you're trying to do this. He gives you. Well, what do you do, Benros? Because you see him trying to sneak.
If he starts going up the other passageway,
Yep.
I'm going to quietly ask him, "Are we splitting the party?"
Mm, very
No,
good.
I'm just scouting ahead. I can't scout ahead amidst, well, you
Just
know.
so you
Airlock.
know. Just so
Airlock.
you know. Just so you know what
Airlock.
happened when you tried to sneak past him. You bumped into him.
Airlock. Be very quiet.
Shh.
So movement, guys. What's your guys' movement? What's everybody's movement? I guess I don't really need to know it, and because I trust you, but you can
We'll
move
be
up.
moving cautiously.
Yeah,
I'd say that that's what our movement is.
yeah,
So,
yeah. So I'm gonna say, oh boy.
That's slow.
which is
And
why I'm going down the left way.
so dungeon moving, yeah. So cautious moving, I believe, is is there a mechanic for that? I think there is
It
it's half
is 10 times per 10 minutes.
10 times. I'm sorry, I don't understand. 10 times per. You mean
No, I mean like
So
for sneaking.
Yeah.
no,
Like what's the movement rate for moving cautiously? I know there's dungeon movement.
it,
Oh,
Interesting.
I think it's a
correct.
quarter.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think it's a quarter of your movement.
Dwayne got it right.
Okay.
Dwayne got it right.
All right. So it's a
So
10
you
minute.
can,
So
yeah.
it's 10 minutes for your up to your movement rate, which would mean in 10 minutes that Loman moved 30 feet. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Now, Talissa,
Yep.
what's your movement? Yep. I will give you guys full descriptions of all of this. We're gonna do it all simultaneously. What's your movement, Talissa?
Talissa's movement is 9.
Okay. So 10 minutes, 90 feet in 10 minutes. Okay. So you can move up to 90 feet. Airwalk, what you got here? Your movement's pretty good, I think.
120 feet.
Yeah. There you go. And Benaras, you
It's
are staying
60
put.
feet, but I am saying, yeah.
Yeah. Zadar is gonna move up. Zadar is gonna move up with Loman, unless you guys would like to direct him otherwise. Again, this is up to you. Okay. You want him to light a torch. Okay. Hey, he's got a 120. Okay. 120 in turn, 10 minutes. All right. I'm gonna say that you guys can go ahead and move to the maximum of your movement in the direction that you're going, and I'll approve it.
I
You
said
can
I
go.
was going to be behind Loman, so I'm just going
Mm-hmm.
to be limited by that.
You got 5 more feet there, Loman. Yes.
Okay, so that was 40.
Yep. So Airwalk, when
Hold
you get
on.
right to about where you're at right now, let's just
Okay.
stop it here for a second. When you get right about to where you're at right now, you can see that the tunnels converge,
Okay.
right?
Oh,
You can
great.
you can see that they
Don't tell
converge.
them.
No, well, how am I gonna not? You know what I mean? So the tunnels converge right there, and you can see that it opens up into another room.
Well,
And Loman, as far as
do
you
I
can
have to
see
stop there?
you don't. I'm just doing this simultaneously with them right now because it's important. So Loman, you can see that there's 2 wooden doors right here in the torchlight. You can see 2 of them right here. They look shoddy and kind of bulged out from, just the weather warped. And I mean, in fact, they looked almost rotted. Like you could almost kick them down. And give me a moment here. It does have, okay, so these almost look like cells to you, but they're not well kept. They have a little square like opening in the top where you can like peek through, and there are bars in them. So almost like yeah, there is. It's a tiny little porthole. You need it. You need a boost. You totally need a boost, and since Zadar is up there with you, and then I'm gonna pause it right here and get back to Aerowalk. So he's boosting you up. Inside you see nothing but and again you're using torchlight, so it's kind of shining through, and you could just see a dark, dank, small little, almost like a cell in there, miniature, dug out of the wall. They all Airwalk, you at this, when they reach that point, you got to here, so you can move up farther. Go ahead and move that, and I'll prove it for you.
I was gonna wait here and scare him, but nah.
Oh, okay. I see.
We might think you're an enemy and kill you accidentally.
All right, I'm back. Oh,
Gonna need you to roll surprise, Airwalk. In fact, I'm gonna need to roll everybody to roll surprise.
First and foremost, before you have me roll a surprise, I am doing an alertness test,
Yeah.
which I am succeeded on. That gives me a +1 to my surprise.
I'm gonna do the same thing there, Spencer.
Yep. Absolutely.
So
Alertness is a great thing to have for sure.
And that is a failure.
I
That
am
is a
not
failure.
surprised.
Yep. Not
So
surprised.
normal surprise, right?
Yes. So
You
what
want
do we
that in
got
the
here?
tower?
No, you can roll
Okay.
that publicly.
And I am surprised.
I think this is the first time I have not been surprised
Mm.
on one of these rolls.
But I'm so far back, I'm wondering if it matters. Unless they're coming down the other way. Oh,
And since I see them with their back to me, I want to hide and backstab all of them at once.
No.
Gotta try.
No. All right, Sidar.
Do any of
okay.
these look like the troglodytes that knocked me down?
You're gonna have to remind me of which troglodytes you're referring to.
The ones in the forest that we first encountered.
You mean
And
physically look
Airwalk
like them?
and
I mean,
Airwalk had
because
to be carried back with. Does any of these have the because I paid attention to what they looked like.
yeah, they look like
Specifically,
this.
the one who took me out.
Oh no, those are dead. So
Hey,
now
I
keep.
don't
Spencer,
know that because I
Yeah, you
was
were
unconscious
unconscious.
for.
Yeah, they do
could
look the same breed. All
yeah,
right, so 1 second here. Airwalk, you are not surprised, even though it has a red X and says surprised by 0. I don't
Get a
understand that.
+1.
Weird.
Yeah, it's weird. All right, so
My
Airwalk is.
+1.
Yeah, I just think the output should be green. I don't know why it's like that. Why it's a red X. It says surprised and then not surprised for you're not surprised, it says not surprised. When you're surprised, or like you're saying you're not, but it's saying you are surprised by 0. So I don't know why it
What
says
is
that, but
that?
yeah, it was factored in. Yeah. So if you look at it, you can see that,
yeah, +1.
yeah,
X plus
Huh,
one. Yeah.
it is there.
yeah,
Maybe I am surprised then.
you are. And let me explain what you're gonna like this once I explain what just happened. Well, maybe you won't, but I'll explain it to you anyways. So who do we got here? We have Arawak, Zadar. Hold on. I'd like to make myself an effect that I could actually drop on everybody so I can visibly see it in the effects. I suppose I
Yeah.
could just type it, but I'm just gonna start using my scratch pad from now on. So who do we got here? We have Benrus, you're surprised. Jesus, who's not surprised?
I don't
That's
think any.
that's what.
No,
No,
this is not surprise. Yeah,
Loman and
Loman.
Talissa are not surprised. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, it was hard because you guys had to split the party right there, but I worked it out. Let me take a quick bio. You guys give me 3 minutes. I'll be right back.
All right.
Bio. Yeah. Well, you have to roll it anyways because it will factor in. Yeah, he is, and that's part of the fun of the Grugok, I
Yeah.
think.
How many feet away am I from the rest of the party? Damn it.
You're about 25 feet away.
Doggone it. You guys are too close. Can't take advantage of that.
And you're yeah, yeah. But and the honestly, the alert is a great. That's a great skill to have. Oh, and by the way, hi, Mike.
Every time I
Remember?
use it, I roll a 1.
Yeah,
And you just quit
I
using
know.
it.
You know what? I noticed that last time when you did it.
I was like, what
Because
the
it's
hell?
very hard to get surprised as an elf.
Yeah.
And it's it's very hard to get anything as an elf. Anything as an elf.
Is
You're
he
Yeah,
picking up for you?
banjoing really bad.
Yeah.
it's hard to get anything negative as an
Can't
elf.
talk in the kitchen, Spencer.
Yeah.
Nobody can hear you.
Okay. Very hard to get anything negative as an elf, is what I was saying.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
not a
or
dig
there's
at
the
elves. I'm just saying elves are powerful. They're
Yes.
it's a great race to play. It's just
Yes. Yes.
they're
Yes.
very
It is a dig it
they're
out.
very uh they're very powerful in 2e. Um all right, gentlemen. So Loman, again, what you can see through here is just a shitty, small, cramped, dank. You're assuming it's probably a prison cell because this door, as rotted and rickety as it looks, it definitely, has those iron bars in front, and it looks heavy. Looks like a heavy door. It's just that it doesn't look well maintained or cared for, and with the standing water in the room, it's no surprise that it's in the condition that it's in. You don't see any occupants inside there. Um, Zadar is standing with you. You got the torch. Well, actually, you handed him the torch, and he actually handed it to Lissa to give you a boost up so that you could see, and she's wielding the light. Benrush, you see nobody coming up. Your Shadow actually looks like he actually scratched at his ear, like his ears hurt him.
All
So
right.
he was like
Oh,
scratching at his ear a little bit. In
All
the
right.
meantime, Arawak, when you come up into this chamber, you can see that it terminates, it dead ends. It's probably about a 10 by 15-foot area, muddy, just completely muddy inside, and just filthy. You can see that there is actually a ladder in the north end. It's not on the map, but there is a ladder leading up. Um, you don't know to where, but you can see that it goes up into a trap door. And as you step into this room, what previously was looked like wall to you, like just rock and mud, all of a sudden starts to materialize into 3 creatures. So they basically, their skin color starts to change into like a bluish gray, and they appear to just materialize out of the wall. Now, from experience that these creatures can actually, they're like chameleons. They can camouflage, they can adjust their skin to the color of their surroundings to lay ambush. You know that they are ambush fighters, and they just come out of the walls, just like that scene in Aliens where they all start coming out of the walls. They're
Also, one of them.
coming out of the goddamn walls. So that's exactly what happened right
I've
there.
never seen
Also,
Aliens.
also one of
Oh
them.
my God, are you fucking kidding me? That's
Yep.
sacrilege, dude.
Also, one of them has a patch on that says Rambo.
I can't even
There you
believe
go. I get that reference.
There you go.
I
Okay.
can't even fucking believe what I just heard. That is like you need to take care of that problem right this weekend, dude, because that is one of the greatest horror movies ever. Like, have you seen Alien? Have
Yes.
you seen? Okay, you've seen the first one, but you just haven't seen Aliens. Oh my god, my god! I don't think I've ever heard it of anyone that say that before. That's crazy.
Well, I wasn't allowed to watch movies until I was 40.
Ah, I see. That makes sense. It's all making sense now. It's all making sense now. Okay, guys. Well, Arawak, you can get off a verbal cue at this point. You know, like "oh fuck" or "fuck me." What do you say when you see these things start materializing out of the wall?
You looking
I
at
don't.
me?
What do I say? Hey guys,
You say "hey guys"
this
to
where
them.
this where the party is.
Okay, okay. I'm making note of that. Okay, I'm serious, dude. If that's what you're serious about, that's okay. P.
You're absolutely right. That's exactly what he says, and he says it loud enough.
I like Arawak. I like you. I
He
like all
says
you
it
guys.
loud. He says it quite loud, audible, so that it'll carry through the hallway. But Arawak is not going to give away that there's other people with him,
Okay. So you
making
guys
note of
heard
that.
it. Just so you know, Loman, when you were as you were at this moment, and again, this is why I had to split it up that way. The moment that he stepped in there and this is happening, you don't know what's going on. You can kind of see a dim silhouette of him at the end of the tunnel, but you hear his smart ass line. And from experience, you know that he usually belts out one of these lines whenever you guys are
Yep.
about to get in trouble. So that, yeah,
Exactly.
so Zadar is not doing shit because he is gonna not be able to do shit this round, but I'm still gonna roll in it for him. So Alyssa, what is your intention? You can hear that. You know from experience, I'm gonna say common sense. You know from experience that whenever Zadar says, or whenever Arawak says something like that, it's usually before trouble happens. So you don't know that he has encountered anything up there, but I'm gonna say it's a safe bet that you would come to that conclusion.
Really
But
quickly.
again, the choice very quickly, but the choice is up to you, of course. So intentions from everybody. You got to remember though that you can't really see what he sees. So just keep that in mind.
Right, but I have the light right now.
You do. You
So
have the torch in your hand. You can wield the torch, and you left your
I left my sling back there, but I still have my sickle.
yeah. You have your sickle, and you have the torch. You can wield the torch and the sickle.
Okay, so
I
I'm
don't
gonna.
think you would be able to fight as good with it. I would kind of be a Nazi about that, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Like a dual weapon.
Yeah,
Can I?
Well,
it
I don't
depends.
know.
Can
Because if you're
I
wearing a
one?
shield, you don't take a penalty.
Yeah, it's true. That's a good point. In fact, I think I'm gonna go with that. Why not? Because
Yeah, it's like the Olympics, you know. Like I just
Yeah,
so
thought.
Pass the
that's the
baton.
choice. Yeah.
okay, so Zadar drops you, Loman. Yeah, like unceremoniously, you hit the ground as this is happening. This is all happening in the span of like seconds, right? So as soon as Zadar hears Arawak at the end of the tunnel, he hears this. He doesn't know Arawak enough yet to come to the conclusion that there might be trouble, but it did startle him enough so that he actually releases you and you drop, 2 feet. It's not like you fall from a high distance. You just drop down unceremoniously to the ground.
Zadar's heard me do this before, though.
Has he? Remind me
Yes.
when.
It
Or,
was
or
it was against the mage, the priest.
okay, I would say that he still doesn't know you well enough to know
Well
that.
enough, yeah.
Yeah, but I would
Okay.
say that he does find. But anybody that you are talking to and conversing down here, especially saying something like, "Hey, is this where the party's at?" Can't be good in this area. So Zadar's, I'm gonna say Zadar, and it makes sense. He's surprised this round. I'm gonna say that he's going to draw his weapon, but he's kind of stunned this round. He's surprised. He's surprised by what he heard. Um, Loman. Well, the only place you're going to be able to do that is right in your general area, and it's going to get wet. So are you dropping your backpack here? There's nowhere. There's nothing to hang it on.
There's no backpack hanger
A
in this
little
There's
hook.
dungeon.
nothing to
What the
hang
hell
it
kind
on.
of dungeon is this?
Yeah, there's nothing. Unfortunately, there's no coat rack. There's no, protrusion. Nothing. Okay. You really need to offload that plate mail that you're carrying around.
He's carrying around plate mail?
I'm trolling. I'm trolling. Yeah,
Oh,
there's no plate mail there.
you're pulling a Scrooge.
That's your game, Scoot, with Matt carrying around the plate mail in a backpack. Yeah,
That was completely Uncle Owen's idea.
that's Olin. Yeah. Oh, what a surprise! What a surprise! There's always got to be one trouble member. Yep.
Yep.
All right. So okay. So you guys are the only two that are able to actually react
Can
this
you
round.
give us some Olympic music for that passing
Yep,
of the torch, please,
I can.
Mr. DJ?
Hold on.
Yeah.
I hate that song, by the way. And you know what? And I actually like Vangelis, and he's great. He did all the music for Blade Runner and shit, but I just don't. That's not one of my favorites.
I used to
This is
run
actually
in the backyard
Troglodyte
to that
Battle,
song all
by
the
the
time.
way, guys. Oh, you did, babe?
Oh yeah, I
Nice.
loved it.
All right, who's moving?
I
Loman.
pretended to be Mary Lee Retton and everything.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, Mary Lou Retton. Wow. Wow, that sounds like shit. Thank you, Sirenscape, for the horrible audio right there. So, didn't that sounded bad?
Mhm.
Funny how it's just like, why is the streaming of the audio so difficult for them? This is another thing that I really like, and is just having the audio files locally,
Yeah.
because you got no problems, you got no latency issues and nothing. So I'm starting to lean in that direction. Bear with me while I get this open.
Take your time.
Thank you. That's always such a
Yeah.
wonderful thing to hear as a
Yeah.
DM, because you're trying to
You're
move
stressing
fast,
out over.
makes things fun for everybody, and trying to move fast at the same time is like a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
That's the saying, yeah. I'm just gonna keep it on this. It's pleasant. I don't know why Natural Caves has like ogres and orcs in the background, but it'll work. I was expecting just Natural Cave. All right, so what do we got here? Can you guys give me initiative? So Talissa, I need initiative. Loman, I need initiative. Everybody else, you're fucked.
Oh, I think it's. Thought it was. No. Okay.
Talissa. I need to, Scoot, you convinced me too about the reaction adjustment. I'm actually going to turn that off. And now that we're here, I'm going to do that as we speak.
Sorry, guys.
No. That's a good point because it throws off the balance of the game unilaterally because the monsters don't have stat blocks.
Yep.
So you're getting a much too unfair advantage with that. Mhm. Uh, no, well, what I'm referring to is adding your dexterity modifier to initiative rolls.
Yeah, that's what Dwayne's saying.
Oh, is he? Okay.
It only applies to surprise.
Oh, okay. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, for clarifying. Um, where is that shit too? I think it's in here. I think I want to add, like I said, I want to add a search to settings and options because it gets,
Please, please,
yeah,
please, please.
yeah, I think I might do that.
That sounds like a lot of work, though.
I don't think it should be
Roger,
too
be
bad.
quiet.
I don't think it should be too bad, but if Mike is still on, he could probably tell you. Knowing what a nightmare Fantasy Grounds is to program against, I wouldn't put it past being a mess, but we'll see. I'll get in there and take a look at it. It definitely could use from some UX uh, user workflow niceties. And
Yes.
search is one of the most important, I think, for
Yeah.
any advanced UI
Yep.
because you just got too much shit to cycle through with your vision. You got to filter out the noise. All right, Ben Russ, you are. Why don't you guys that were surprised just give me a flat initiative, so I can just at least tick off when you got a chance to at least say something. So everybody else just roll a flat. That was a surprise roll, Ben Russ.
Oh, was it? Oh,
Yeah, just give initiative.
oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're
So he's
fine.
changing
That's good because
his
that was a
mind on
bad
being
roll.
surprised.
I see.
But 10 seems to be the number rolling for me.
Fuck happened here? Well, I'll just do it manually.
Now I've got the Chariots of Fire song stuck in my head.
I
Me
know.
too. Thank you.
Sorry.
Oh, that's bizarre.
Now I have to hear the real thing, so
I really liked it. One. All right, Loman. Now we can get this party started. You are up, my friend. So you've been dropped to the ground, like I said. This snarky remark from the Grugok triggered a drop to the floor by the human. Hit the ground. There is torchlight. Talissa's holding it. You are up. Hmm. Hmm. Give me a dexterity check, please. Yes. Okay, Loman, when you get to right about there, you notice that, like I said, the water on the ground is starting to turn into thick mud. When you get to right around where you're at right now, in front of this, there appears to be some type of a sinkhole. You step in it, your leg goes all the way up to the waist within mud, but you're able to jump across and get out of it just in time before being almost three-quarters of the way submerged. I mean, literally, when your leg went into the ground right there is a sinkhole. Your right leg sunk down into the mud. It went up to like right about here, like on one side, and you just were able to bounce out of there just in time before because you had stepped over it with your left leg. So you narrowly averted that, but I'm gonna say your movement ends at that point. You can see Airwalk standing there. I would say Let me see here. You don't have enough light to see what's going on. You can see Arawak. You can see Arawak. You can see him. You can see him. You can see a vague silhouette of him. Like, and actually a little bit more than the silhouette, because the light is kind of bouncing off the walls in here and bouncing off the water and everything else. And you can see his belt and kind of like little, you know, sections of him are like visible and then a silhouette, and you can see him standing there. You can see his bling.
I ain't
What
got no
is?
bling. What you talking about?
Oh
You know what?
my
It's got bling.
God, dude, what the fuck is that Vangelis right there that you posted? That is him, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh my God.
At the piano,
Oh my
smoking a
God,
cigarette
dude.
while he's
Dude, that
playing the
guy,
piano.
oh, dude, that guy was so badass, man. He is so badass. Blade Runner, man. All I gotta say is Blade Runner. And he was a Blade Runner soundtrack, dude. I could listen to that shit all day long. That's another fucking movie,
Wow.
dude, set in the alien universe. So you need to get in your alien universe, get your alien universe going
Is
on,
Blade
man.
Runner set in the Alien universe?
Yeah, kind of unofficially, yes. Yes.
Didn't
That's
know
what
that.
Ridley Scott always wanted to intend it to be set in the same world. They even
Really?
linked it in Prometheus. Yeah. Yeah,
Really?
they linked it in Prometheus. They had Peter Whalen actually know Tyrell, and like they were
Really?
like friends. Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, the Alien franchise is the shit. The good ones, which is 1, 2, 3, Prometheus and Covenant. All the other one, the AVP doesn't exist. Part 4 doesn't exist. Those movies don't exist. But all the other ones are great. Okay, Loman. Yeah, that was quite upsetting to be, almost completely submerged in mud. You're filthy, by the way. Um, must have been some type of a sinkhole that just opened up, you know? And it's not, and from what because you've landed on the other side of this, you're thinking it's probably like 2 feet, a 2 feet by 2 feet hole right there. And it's just mud. So you do. You do.
It's
Is
ankle
that
deep
Yeah.
for you.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. All right. That that that's another write me down moment right there. That's another DM record the moment right here. Okay, so hold on. Hold on. I'm doing this for each game now, guys. So just okay. That was a good one. Fucking
Did
smart.
Talissa did I mean Talissa's holding the torch. Did she see Loman kind of sink a little bit
Yeah,
in front of her?
yeah. You saw the
So
gnome
I
drop his.
know so
You
I know
saw.
where to go
Yeah,
ahead.
you saw the gnome drop his backpack and go booking off down the hall, like confidently, like running like this, and then all of a sudden, boom, half his body sinks, and he like almost topples over. He because he stepped his right foot in and fell in, but his left foot's
Right.
still out, and he stepped over and kind of had to like pull himself out with his left foot
Hmm.
leading.
Yeah. So not
So yeah, you
graceful.
saw it. It was kind of embarrassing.
In fact,
Okay.
Talissa, you
Mhm.
probably break out in a big laugh.
Thank you, Mike.
Yes.
It's
Yeah, Talissa's definitely chuckling at this.
yeah,
Is it Talissa's turn right now, Spencer?
it is Arawak who I'm gonna get. Hold on. So
Oh,
Arawak,
surprised.
again, what you can see is kind of amazing. The capabilities of these creatures is kind of astounding. I could say that the two on your left, so you see at least two on your left and one on your right, or I should rephrase that. One directly in front of you, and then two on opposite ends. So one on your left, one on your right. So 180-degree arc. It's kind of fascinating to you because you had no idea these things were there. You had a couple moments to actually look about the room, and they just blended in seamlessly to the wall, and it just like they materialized out of nothing. The camouflage on these creatures is superb.
Some
And
John
now,
Rambo stuff.
yeah, now it's like Rambo 2. Exactly. It's like when he killing the Russians in Rambo 2. But these things, they have a bluish gray skin. The one in the center doesn't have a fin. The two on the other two on the opposite ends, on the left and your right, they do have fins, and they're a little bit bigger than the one directly in front of you. The one directly in front of you doesn't have a fin. Why don't you give me a wisdom roll? Just give me a wisdom roll in the tower. So you know that the ones without a here. You know that the females are usually don't have a fin and are usually a little
Gotcha.
smaller. And you
Okay.
succeeded quite good, even with your. How bad is your? The laugh was, I assuming, was a bad wisdom. Well, you got 10. I mean, it's like average wisdom. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
but there's
nothing. It's
role play
nothing
wisdom. Yeah, there's role play wisdom, and then there's your ABS wisdom. Like, what are we going with here? So your role play wisdom, I would say, is like a 7. Like as far as like his decision making process, but your ability score says average. Maybe yeah. So there's nuances, right? Just like comeliness and charisma. So
Yeah.
um yeah, so that's what you can decipher from that right there. Okay. Now the fun begins. So,
EPK.
yeah, I don't know. If it happens, it happens. I mean, there's other characters to be rolled. Wow, that was slow. There's one thing I want to be clear on about here that I learned. I read through these today, and I want to be clear about one thing. I'm going to need you to roll a save versus poison, please. Okay, so as you're standing there and these things materialize out of the wall, there is a revolting stench that almost just springs up out of nowhere. These creatures either secrete an oil on their skin. You don't know exactly how the biology of it works, how it works, but you know that they can secrete a liquid on their skin that is just absolutely revolting and can make you deathly sick. But you somehow, Airwalk, I would say, well, why are you able to resist this, Airwalk? This stench?
I enjoy the smell.
Yep, yeah, he's a Grugok. He's a Grugok.
Good answer.
it,
Yeah,
it,
he's a Grugok.
it smells quite alluring.
Like a
Pungent.
clone.
Alluring.
You can make a clone out of it later, you
Yeah.
know? So it's the troglodyte. So it is a foul stench. In fact, it's starting to waft up. Loman, you think you begin to smell something terrible, like someone busted ass in these tunnels. So but it's worse than that. I mean, this is like sewage, like raw sewage. It's just bad. The thing comes in on you, Arawak.
I'm gonna give ground.
Give ground. Remind me. Sorry.
Different rule set.
Oh, is that Hackmaster or something?
Yeah,
Okay,
it is.
it takes a lunging claw at you. So it takes a swipe with its claw at you. Amazingly, you're able to dodge out of the way.
It's because he was overconfident in his stench ability, but
Yep.
I have conditioned myself to enjoy this smell.
Wow. He takes 2 shots at you with his claws and misses with both, and then lunges forward with a bite. His jaws open up, and with the bite, he connects on the back of your forearm. And it hurts. You
No,
definitely
it
got bit
doesn't.
by a troglodyte, and it hurts. Oh, look at that. Stench is actually coated. I could have just rolled it against you. I'll do that for the next poor soul. So, yeah, thing came out of the wall. You feel a little bit overwhelmed. Charged you, missed with its claws. It raked at you with its claws, but it managed to connect with the bite. Zadar at this point. Zadar's movement. I'm 20, so 60 feet. Zadar knows there's trouble. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So Zadar goes running down the hall, almost jumps over the gnome. So he's running down the hall in the dim light. Talissa's still holding the light. Again, I don't know what Zadar's deal is with charging into the dark, but I mean, he's got some vendetta, I guess. It's very dimly lit. He can see Arawak standing there. He can get up alongside Arawak right here. This is a little bit wider than it looks. Like I said, the dimensions are not exact. Gets alongside Arawak and takes a swing at this troglodyte.
Here's Johnny.
That was a charge, by the way. That's interesting. Oh my god. Okay, so Arawak, you kind of get shoved to the side a bit, and he takes an overhand swing with the longsword, and it just brutalizes this thing over the top of the head.
Like what kind of brutalize? Like
Yeah,
splits the
description.
skull brutalize?
Like, okay, since this is one of the ones with the fin, like it completely carves the fin in half and gets the back of the thing's neck and then slides down into the upper chest area.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's bizarre because I don't see the damn. Oh, was I not targeted? Oh, that's so weird. Zadar damage critical type slot. That's so weird. There we go.
Eric, are you impressed?
That's so weird. It was targeted and it didn't apply the damage. That's bizarre. Anyways, that's when drag and drop comes in handy. Yeah, so Arawak, you kind of almost lost your footing there as this human came out of nowhere, and you got to and Zadar
What? I never lose my footing. The
he
hell are you
lost it a
talking
little
about?
bit as he
I want a
pushed you.
dexterity check on this.
You can give me a dexterity check and we can retcon that. We can retcon that if you want to do that. All right. You fell. You actually tripped. You tripped. Yeah, you got shoved out of the way. That's weird. It's like not letting me. Oh, you did it publicly. Sorry. Okay, so this thing's got one of its fins like cleaved in two, and it looks badly hurt. Yet it lets out a horrible cry here.
So that means I'm gonna be rolling low on all attack rolls. That's what tonight's got in store for me.
You guys hear that?
Yeah.
These are troglodytes.
It sounded like it was right next to me.
Arawak, you know that Zadar being a human, he can't see very well in the room. In fact, this is about the limit of his vision. He's again swinging at shadows in the dark right there, but he did manage to get a critical hit. But what you can see is quite disturbing. You can see that they appear to be kind of climbing the walls. Why did that stop? Music. Yeah, see, this is why I want to get the audio locally. I don't like that when you have to deal with the popping audio. We'll figure that out in a minute. It just completely stopped. The audio just completely stopped.
Yeah. For
Uh,
those reasons, I don't really focus too much on audio.
yeah, I like to do it sometimes if I'm moving slower, which I'm moving, but slow tonight. But It's just bizarre, man. But I forget about it all the time. So I totally get it.
I know I do. You guys will be like, dude, why are we hearing city sounds in the
Yeah,
dungeon?
I forget about it all the
Yeah,
time.
that's right.
Yeah, I forget about it all the time. Okay. Fuck it. I'm just gonna do this.
Do
It
the
was cool
noises
while it
yourself.
lasted.
Yeah, can I? Yeah, I'll do it myself here. Funny, it's like completely broke when you do that.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it'll play like for like 5 seconds perfectly and then just stop. So
Hmm.
yeah, I'm just gonna
Weird.
be downloading this stuff from now on and have it locally if I can get away with it.
Could it be
You
just
can
that
use you
sound?
can use the desktop client one, and that
Yeah.
downloads it all.
Oh, what does it? Maybe I'll
Yeah,
do that and then
it
pipe that
downloads
to.
everything that you do. It just downloads it all locally, and then you
Is
can
that what
just
you
point.
use?
No, actually, because I haven't really run into too many issues.
Latency issues? Yeah,
Yeah, with Sirenscape's online one, but I did
interesting.
used to solely use the download, the
Yeah,
client.
another
I had
client app.
copies of
Yeah.
it.
I know Mike downloads all his music and has it there because they got an integrated audio thing in Foundry, kind of like
Yes.
Roll20 does. Um, but I've never played with it. Okay, so troglodyte. This one comes scurrying across the wall and takes a swing at at Zadar. Here, actually, does he? Let's see. He does. Okay, lucky for you, Arawak. Claw, swipe, misses, misses, and hits. Okay, so again, the bite. This thing manages to bite Zadar in the hand, and I am
Which
going to roll.
hand?
Yeah, his sword hand, exactly. And with that,
Fudge.
yeah,
Well,
exactly.
is he wearing gauntlets?
No. All right, so let's do this. Yeah, let's do that. He almost drops the blade, but he manages to hold on to it. So it clamps down in his hand and he lets out a yell as this and oh, you know what else? Also the since he's up here, the stench is just awful and he needs to make a saving throw. That's so cool. Thank you, Mike, for coding the stench on these guys. I'm sure my players will be very grateful if they get hit with this effect. Ooh. Oh, that was versus Arawak, sorry.
Yeah, I don't.
Here. You don't need to save. Arawak doesn't need a save. He already saved. So here, we'll do this. I have to go back to him. Actually, no, I can just do it from him. There we go. All right, there we go. Oh, nice. Yeah. So, Sidar, Tommy, despite the fact that the smell in here is like the smell of sewage and dead bodies and just awful, like an awful pungent reek, you're able to maintain your composure and despite being bit in the hand, and you came about a microsecond away from dropping your blade, but at the very last second were able to hold on to it as this
Hmm.
thing tried to bit you in the hand. Talissa, you are up.
Airwalk looks at Zadar, impressed that the scent doesn't bother him either.
Nice. You have the torch in your hand and you are moving up. What is your movement? You
Okay.
moved 30 right there.
Nine, 90.
90. Okay, so you can move up to 35. I'm
Okay,
sorry,
I
45
leap
and
the sinkhole.
yeah, okay.
Want to make
It's
sure
about
that
a
I
2 foot, so I'm not going to deplete movement from your movement in there. You can
okay.
easily step over it. It's just the gnome is tiny.
I hand off the torch to Loman.
Oh, nice. So you're doing a chariot of the gods right there. Okay. So you handed the torch
Chariots of
off.
fire. Yes.
Chariots of fire, chariot of the gods. I just watched the thing. Sorry, guys. Chariots of the gods, man. Childs, chariot of the gods, man. All right. So there you go. You are up. They
Okay, and
taught
then
the Incas everything they know. That was
I don't
such a
really
good
have a
movie.
shot from here with my sickle, so I just kind of run into Airwalk and Sidar and stop short. Do I smell the stench from here?
You do, and you're going to need to make a saving throw, which I will do that right now.
Oh, great.
Yeah, these things are tougher than you think.
Do I need to do roll something?
No, I got it. Oh,
Oh, damn it.
okay. So when this smell wafts up and hits you in the face, you almost projectile vomit onto the floor. And also, you feel just weak in the knees. So I have to code this on the fly. And let's be generous here, shall we?
Sure. I, I
Should I be giving my wife
No.
stat drops, guys? So you feel weak. I'm just gonna put it to you that way. You feel weak.
well, I have a cloak on and I kind of like cover my face with the cloak.
You don't have the torch in your hand anymore. You have the sickle, and you're doing a Bela Lugosi kind of like trying to shield your nose from the
Exactly. Yes,
stench. Okay.
that's
Oh,
correct.
I need to add a time limit on this. So it's fine. There we go. Coding on the fly, man. Amazing. Just amazing.
Ah,
Benrus, your
Yes.
dog is barking like crazy. I hope I'm not moving too slow for you guys, by the way.
oh,
This, everybody
Oh,
cool with the
you're good.
speed? Okay. Um, Dog is barking like crazy. You know something's going on up there. You can see light, kind of bouncing off the wall right here, buddy.
Okay.
You can see the flickering torchlight kind of bouncing off the wall. The water, is kind of
And it's
cascading
been a
along
few
the wall.
minutes. Been a few minutes since Airlock returned, right? He hasn't returned
It's been about 1 minute. This all
about a 1
happened
minute.
within a span of 1 minute. Yeah, all of this.
It would have been about 10 minutes
Oh,
because
that's
for
right.
them
Thank
to
you.
Yeah.
get to where
Thank
they
you.
were.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It was a turn. We were doing cautious movements. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been about 10 minutes.
I'm here for you.
All
Yeah,
right.
thank you.
So
Thank
he's
you.
concerned about that. So he is going to um I'm gonna let go of Shadow
Mhm.
and hope that he heals
Mhm.
and just go down the left passageway.
Fenris, I
Ki-
would have said, is this where the party is? Loud enough for you to be able to hear.
Yeah, you definitely heard that. It reverberates off the tunnel. I mean, and no joke. You definitely heard
That
that.
was my intention. I
Yeah,
declared
you
that.
are kind of shocked, Benros, a little bit surprised this round, but you are able to get off a command to your dog to heal, and you can ready your weapon, but you aren't going to be able to react until next round.
Okay, and I can move my pole.
Yes.
So that's where he was
Yeah.
fixing.
So this troglodyte you guys see in front of you, now that Zadar can actually see the three opponents in front of him, he can actually see now because Talissa's moved up. Giving me a minute, Benros. It'll be next round that you get to move.
Alyssa doesn't have the lantern.
She has the light. Oh, that's right. So, but the light
She handed
is.
it the thing
That's
off
right.
to.
That's
well,
right. So it's still kind of dim in here. Airwalk, what you can see is a troglodyte running along the wall.
Yeah, you had mentioned that.
Yeah. You can see that, but he can't get in to swing at anybody, and he makes like a loud hiss. Round one. That was the surprise round. Intentions, initiative, everything else.
Airwalk is backing out cautiously, so he's doing a withdraw from
Okay.
this.
Yep.
And that's going to be on a flat initiative.
Yep.
So I'm not doing anything else. I need to get out of that. Fuck.
I would say that's probably a good idea. I wouldn't hold that against you, considering these are deadly creatures. Loman. Okay. Talissa.
Talissa is she doesn't want to get too close, so did I drop my hold on a second, let me see what
Your
I have.
sling's back in the south, or in the behind you in the tunnel.
It certainly is. I'm gonna go back and get my sling. I don't want to
Ugh.
get close to these guys.
Okay, so you're gonna be moving back down the tunnel to get your
He's
sling.
like, no.
I feel like I'm gonna get poisoned if I stay here.
You've already been poisoned. You can't
Will
get more
poison
poisoned.
worse? Oh, really? Okay.
Well, you don't know if it's technically poison, but you definitely feel sick and
Nauseous.
not knocked. Yeah, exactly. You secrete an oil that is just foul. And Benrus, we got to get Benrus into the action. Roger's waiting. We got to get him in there. Benrus, what are your intentions?
It's let's done.
Yeah, she's gonna
Okay.
move back into the tunnel.
All right.
Yeah.
She's gonna try to get her ranged weapon. You know, sweetie, you can always try to cast a spell,
Oh
or
yeah,
you could, check your, remember you're a druid, so
that's right.
you can, you have other options. You can, let's see here.
Uh, would fairy fire do anything?
It certainly would.
Yeah.
Blind me.
That's true, but
No.
you're retreating.
Yeah.
Well, you're withdrawing. Retreat is a bad choice of words in this, because if we want to get technical, that would be the exact opposite of what you'd want to do.
Okay.
But you can light them up with fairy fire. You have shillelagh. You have puffball, which is actually an
Yeah,
interesting.
I don't have shillelagh.
You do. Oh, you don't
No,
have shillelagh memorized, but you have fairy
I don't have
fire, bless,
memorized.
and cure light wounds.
Yes, but I can't use bless right now, right?
Well, you could use bless, and it would affect you and Loman.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
Benrus, you could actually wait. You could actually wait until Benrus got up there, and you could hit him with it as well. But that's a little bit
I
meta.
would get
But
it as well if I get
yeah,
out
if,
of
exactly. If he's out of melee by the time that you cast it,
yeah.
he's not.
So,
Like he's retreated out of it. He would get it as well.
so you can delay it
Yeah,
Mhm.
and then cast it.
yeah. It's a little meta, but you could wait. I mean, it's
I
it's
wouldn't
not
say it's
though.
meta because
Yeah,
she would
because I mean,
understand this
she
because
would
it's
understand. Yeah, she would understand that it would be an effective. She would want to be effective against the most allies that she could, and she would know
Yeah.
the way
yeah.
to achieve that would be to wait. But she doesn't know where Benrus is. I mean, he's down the tunnel. She doesn't know if he's coming or not.
Right. She knows it's going to be situational.
Yeah. So what are you doing, sweetie?
I'm gonna cast the bless, and I'll just delay if it makes
I'll let
sense.
you do that. Yeah, that sounds fair. Benrus, what are you doing?
Uh, I'm going down the left tunnel
Uh-huh.
at full speed.
Okay, so you're charging.
Well, I'm not charging.
Okay.
I'm
You're
just
just going
going
full speed.
full speed. Right.
Yeah, full movement,
I'm
full
not
movement.
caring what I step in, or anything like that.
Okay, so that's going to be 60 feet. So go ahead and, can you see? You can see. So go ahead and move up to 60 feet. You
Well,
definitely are in
we're
range of the
okay.
druid. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have
We're,
approved that right
we
then.
haven't
So
even.
yeah,
Like, what the hell's
yeah, no, I
going
got
on?
side, I got sidetracked. I got sidetracked.
Yeah.
All right, so you've
And don't
rolled
forget
flat.
Zadar.
Yeah, thank you. Zadar is longsword. Yeah, everybody go ahead and roll initiative that hasn't rolled it already. Please.
Um,
That's going to be a flat initiative for you, Raj.
I was gonna say because I can't see anything, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
No
going to be a
flat
flat,
Okay.
yeah, flat initiative, exactly. And I got to roll Zadar. That's good initiative, buddy. Really good initiative.
Good job, Tommy.
Yeah. Well, no, that was Roger that rolled that. Let's see how Tommy
Oh,
does right now. Yeah, let's see how Tommy does. Huh? So
Come on, Tommy, you can do it.
this is his 2 attack round as well, too. That's pretty decent. This is 2 attack round. Don't let me forget the 2 attack round for Tommy.
All right.
All right, who hasn't rolled initiative?
Well, Roman.
I rolled.
No,
You
Roman
rolled.
everybody's
Oh,
rolled.
you
rolled.
got
You
an
can see.
incredible.
There's no
Wow,
99s.
it's gonna work out anyways because you got 18. So
I
it's
know.
uh it's gonna work out.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, Benrus, look at this. It all works out. Benrus, you're able to charge down the hall. So move up to 60 feet down the hall. I'll approve that movement. It's okay. Go ahead and try it again. Okay. You
I
can
know
get
how far I moved.
there. You go.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
six.
you.
That's 60 feet. Yeah, I can. If you ever need help with the movement, I can measure it out and move it for you. So
All
your
right.
intention was to get down the hall. So running full speed down this, you step in it. It's a little deeper in a few spots, but nothing like what Loman experienced with the
Okay, that's what I
potholes.
was
So
afraid
nothing
of.
like that. But you did manage to run down full speed. Your big dwarven clobthoppers splashing down in
Bob
the mud, and
Boppers.
this mud is splashing up into your face, and you just down
I
the
I
hall
I,
like,
I can just imagine the sound these guys are hearing.
oh,
The
dude,
dwarf
your
running down.
your dog is whimpering, but he does stay. He does
Okay.
stay. And if you're curious, I did make a roll for that. The dog does stay. He
All right.
obeyed you. The dog did obey you. So what you can see at this point is creatures that you've become intimately familiar with. You know them to be the same
Glad you didn't
scummy,
say intimate
Ah.
with.
yeah, the creatures that you get physically intimate with. Just kidding. So you've become yeah, you become intimately familiar with these creatures. You know them to be the reptilian monstrosities that you've encountered on numerous occasions. Uh, you're beginning to develop a strong dislike,
Okay.
and you can see that Arawak and Zadar are engaged in melee combat, and you see Talissa to your right preparing to cast something, and you see the gnome uh, behind you and to the right wielding the torch. Arawak, you are up.
Walk is doing that tactical withdraw.
Yep, that's 1/3 movement.
It
Okay,
is. What? Wait, hold on. I wasn't done moving.
all right.
Hold on. I'll tell you when I'm ready.
Okay.
1/3 is 40 feet. There we go. That's good.
And he's got really good movement, doesn't he? And
Yeah, he does.
he has no armor too.
Yeah.
So Arawak, you're able to you with grace are able to retreat. The thing looks like it's going to lunge at you, but and he actually does take a swing, but you just step away from it. You're
And I
prepared
would
for it.
expect the Zadar with cigar hanging out of his
He
mouth
steps
would
into the
step
yep.
up and block
He
their
does.
way.
He shifts over a little bit, 1 foot to the left.
And that ends
Troglodyte.
my turn.
Yep. This troglodyte is facing Zadar, steps in to feel the void right there and takes a couple swings at him. He nails him. He rakes him across the shoulder. Zadar is feeling the heat. The armor took a beating on that hit. His leather armor. He gets hit again. Same spot. Ooh.
Oh, his
Yeah.
armor broke.
So he's getting he got raked across the face. The thing is just swinging like a lunatic, and then it takes a lunging bite and hits him on the top of the shoulder
No,
again.
don't kill.
Yeah, so he's been. What happens? If it happens, it happens, dude. The
Yep,
dice
yep,
don't got any control over that.
yep.
So yeah, so he hit him with every shot. He got raked twice with these long talons, these web talons, I should say, and then the thing lunged forward and bit him on the shoulder blade again, at where it previously hit him in the same spot, and he just winces. But after that,
Damn it.
he comes back uh, with rage in his eyes, says, "Die, you son of a bitch!" and takes the swing with his long sword. And misses. Why is that
This is a
not?
two attack.
Yeah, it is. There we go. Yes, it's a 2 attack. So, being put off balance by being hit 3 times consecutively, he misses his swing. So we'll delay until the end of the round. Delay turn until the end of the round. Loman, my friend, you are up.
Oh man, get somebody.
You can get there. What would you? Yeah. No, I don't. But what is your initiative right now? No. Next round. But you can move up. So you're moving up. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And remember, I'll move these so we can see a little bit better, but the proportions are a little off, but they're close. So just ask me. Don't rely on the map exactly to where you can get and where you can't get. So Zadar is being tag teamed by these guys, and again, they're just swinging away with their claws. Hits him in the shoulder, same spot, same spot. Bites, yeah. So rakes him across the. Oh, did I? God, here. So Arawak, you get 1 point of damage back. Let me fix you. Why was he targeted? That's bizarre.
Wait, why do I got 6 wounds now?
I don't.
Only
I'm.
had
I'm.
5.
I'm fixing it, dude. I'm fixing it. Relax.
I see it going up 6, 7. I'm
No,
like, what
because
the
I
fuck?
didn't know that you were wounded at all. I didn't know that you had 5 wounds already. I forgot that it hit you. All right. So
Yeah, it bit me in the forearm.
that would go to Zadar. And he's feeling the heat right there. One more claw.
Later.
Jesus Christ. With the claw.
Was my turn skipped?
Nope.
No.
Because I'm seeing my turn, but nothing after it. It
Where are
goes
you?
straight to airlock.
You moved up and then I moved back.
Yeah, you moved up.
Ah,
Yeah, you moved up. And he
okay.
misses that attack. All right. Troglodyte 2 is going to. Well, he can't get in. He's looking impatiently. Talissa, you are up. No,
Okay.
yeah. What happened, Roger, was you used your turn to move all the way up
Move
the
up.
hallway.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was the turn after, but it was.
Those
No.
gummies are kicking in.
Yeah. Is this bless? Is this bless?
Yes.
Okay,
Seeing
here,
that
just untarget. So target all friendlies and untarget Zidar.
Oh,
He's in melee.
if he's
There
in
you go.
melee. Okay.
Yeah. Now you can cast Bless.
All right. Seeing everybody close to me, I cast bless on them.
Mm-hmm.
Did I click that?
Yeah.
You are blessed.
Ooh. Haha.
So did everybody get it? It looks like
I believe so.
um,
everybody check their effects and make sure Bless is applied.
I have got it.
Talissa. Okay, I see it. To Loman, to Talissa, to Arawak, and to Benrus. Okay, perfect. Pretty lights. Mm-hmm. Well, he's going to take he's going to Hail Mary this and take a swing at the guy that's just been biting the shit out of him nonstop and has turned his leather armor into rubble. In fact, yeah, his leather armor, it's damaged bad, but it's not falling off yet. So he's going to take a shot at this guy for his second swing. Man, this is intense, dude. Could go bad for Tommy's character tonight. I hope not, but it could. Ooh, nice shot. He nails it. Forearm. Yeah, come on. Oh
Nice.
my God, dude. Yeah, so he nails that thing across the head and it just, or cut across the face like this. Drops it down into the jawline and its tongue just hangs out and it falls backwards. So he's like, "Ugh," like that, and it just fucking cuts it, and you can see the tongue hang out, and it just falls back. And the one to their left and right both they're like this, like they look down as their friend just topples over like a domino. Top of round two. So I'll need intentions from each one of you, and you know the drill. Okay. Okay. Loman's got Cure Light Initiative. Zadar is going to be. Ah, fuck it. He's going to attack. Sorry, Tommy. This is a single attack round. So let me do. He's got a hatred for this place. Okay, I need initiatives and intentions from Talissa, Benros, and Arawak.
Talissa will do cure light on Zadar.
Okay. What were you doing again, Loman? Okay, you both are doing Cure Light on him. Okay.
He'll probably need it.
Yeah, sure. Benros,
I am going to try and move up.
you can do this. You can get
Uh,
up there.
I want to try and get north of Troglodyte 4, the one that's dead. Can I do that?
You can attempt it.
Okay.
I'll tell you what happens. Go ahead and
All
roll
right.
your and what you're going to be trying to attack. Is that the end result?
Oh, that's what I'm going to try to do. Yeah.
Okay, roll with your bastard sword. We'll see what happens. If they block your path, you can still get side by side. Wow, good. You got good
Nice.
flat. Your initiatives are good. It's the modifiers that are
Yeah,
killing you.
that's killing me. Yep.
Yeah. So let's see. Arawak.
Arawak's gonna move and string his bow.
Okay. Is stringing a bow even a thing in 2E?
No.
Yes.
It
No.
is? I never read that. You'll have to show me where that is. Is that in combat and tactics or something?
I don't know.
I know it's a castles and crusades thing, but
You only string it if you're making your when you first make it.
we can look that up. Someone write that down. Or here. I'm looking. I'm genuinely curious because I didn't think it was
Yeah, I don't know if it's
AD&D.
in a
or if it
2E
or if it
thing.
breaks.
Yeah, I've never heard of that in AD&D, but you guys are much more experienced with AD&D than me. Bringing bows. I know it's a CNC thing, but that's for damn sure because I forgot to fucking do it with my wife's character last Friday, right, Stu?
I guess
Yep.
it's a little
Well,
different than a DM.
I rule. Bow's got to be strong, and
Yeah.
that may not be a raw thing,
Uh,
but it's the logical, sensible thing because you don't walk around with your bow strong.
yeah. We'll see.
I
I'll
do.
look. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm not gonna require it, but maybe later
What
if
kind of
we
bow, Roger?
What?
What kind of bow?
Well, for my range, it's usually compound bow,
composite
composite.
bow.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So what we got here? We have Airwalk at the top, and if you wanted to take a shot, dude, or move, I'll let you. I'm gonna say your bow was strung, so I'm not doing the bow strung rules yet.
Immersion
So
wise, I'm not going to. I'm gonna make my.
that's your
I'm just gonna
prerogative.
move. I'm
That's
just
your
gonna make a
prerogative.
movement to get into a better position to be able to shoot into there and
That's
analyze what's going on in there.
that's absolutely your prerogative. Go ahead and move where you'd like to move, and let me know when you're done.
I am done. And right now I got a shot into the hallway.
So you do like a V pattern movement right there, and you can see all this horse shit going on. You can see that the human and the gnome are both casting some type of magic. You don't know what, but you can see their hands lighting up, and they're doing incantations, and they're fiddling with their component pouches. Benrus, you are up. Why don't you give me a dexterity in the tower, please? Even though it doesn't really need to be in the tower, but just do it in the tower anyways. Okay. Go ahead and move where you'd like to move, and I'll let you know what happens. Just drag out your movement. Let me know when you're done.
About right there.
Yeah, careful for walls too if you get stuck. So you want to get right there. Okay.
Right.
All right. So what happens is you get right about to here, and this thing kind of shuffles. The angle is not right. You can't make it past him. He's blocking this area, but you can attack.
All right.
So you are side by side with Zidar, and you're facing him. I changed your facing for you. Hope you don't mind.
No
Make sure
attack.
you make sure you control click target your enemy, and you can take that swing. This is your single attack round. Just remember that.
Right.
Next round you will get two. You were fighting with your shield, correct?
Correct.
That's a hit.
Nice hit.
Yeah, he just did the round previous. Beautiful strike. Why don't you tell me what happened there, Benrus? You ran up and you hurt him pretty bad. So what just happened there, buddy?
Um, I went low, caught him at the knee, and his knee is, or his leg is, lower leg is dangling,
Nice.
and he's
Mm-hmm.
trying to hop around.
Yeah, what happened is you hobbled him a bit.
Yeah.
Your blow did connect in the knee, and he visibly kind of dropped down a little bit, and has a wincing look on his face of pain, and you can see that it's a mighty gash out of the kneecap. In
Jump,
fact, he is looking worse for wear.
jump in front of me again.
Oh, but I am gonna need to do one thing with you.
Okay. Oh yeah, the saves.
The fuck is up with my targeting tonight, man? Swear to God. Here,
Oh, it smells worse.
why is this not working? Jesus.
Oh, excuse me.
I guess not.
Okay, so So can you actually see the result there?
I can't. Target failed.
You can.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh, because it's
Save
yeah.
10,
That's
target
true.
14. Yep.
So you feel very nauseous.
Okay.
The smell is just overwhelming. It's just awful, and it's very hard to concentrate. You feel like you're gonna throw up.
Oh,
So after being in
I'll be
this
right back.
dungeon for
Mm-hmm.
days on end, Spencer,
Mm-hmm.
will they get a save against my smell?
I think to them it's like home. You smell
Yeah.
sweet. You smell sweet.
All right.
So on almost on cue from that, I just need to adjust this a little bit. This troglodyte rushes in, and one is Benaros, and two or one, two, three is Benaros, and four, five, six is Zidar. Zidar rushes into
Oh,
Zidar, and he is just getting unlucky with the.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously.
Hopefully the rolls are good.
Attack.
Miss. Miss.
Can you see the rolls?
No.
No.
You can
I'm
just
just
tell,
not
but
seeing. I'm not
you
seeing
just.
any damage rolls
I
afterwards.
see. Okay, good. All right. So what happened is this thing kind of climbed along the wall like an alien's, like it rushed along the wall, jumped down, landed on front of him, took swipes with its claws and bites. And Zidar ducked and weaved out of the way. He's side by side with the dwarf. He's parrying the blows. The thing took a swing at him and he parried the blow like that, and he's on it, man.
I-
Loman,
I've had enough of the scratches and bites.
he's had enough. So
Yep.
Loman, you are up.
Nice.
Sure, you target him. I've been terrible with targeting tonight. That's more for me as a reminder of myself. It's not against anyone in specific. I don't know what my problem is tonight with the targeting.
Oh, nice.
What just happened there? So let's see. But the effect once.
What's the
Okay,
next one?
so I'll put one slot back for you. So hold on. Can you do that? It's kind of fucked up the way that it works. So
Sometimes
here,
you can, sometimes you can't.
yeah, look,
Or at
look.
least, I mean, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I get for some reason I get dyslexic with that in this rule set. I don't know why, but to me, in 5e when it's at the top when they're used, it checks them off. It's not like a memorization. Like in the 5e rule set at the top, each time you cast, it will tick off a box. Yeah,
Mm,
it'll do it automatically, right? If you hit cast. No? Yeah, maybe it was a mod. It's been so long since I played 5e, but yeah. Okay, so great hill there.
excellent, Neil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much? Okay, so he got eight. That didn't get applied to him. That's what
No,
I
it
thought.
didn't.
Here, I got it. I don't know what is going on with that. Yeah, no, you don't have him targeted. Here, I'll do it for him. There we go.
Mm,
Beautiful hill.
yeah,
That's weird. Maybe, yeah, maybe the cast after you cast it, it untargets. That Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. No, it makes sense because when you cast and save against multiple, yeah, there's a setting for that. All right, so Zidar is up. He's been parrying blows this entire time. It's all happening simultaneously, and he's intelligent enough to know that the guy on the to the left of him is looks more hurt to him.
right.
So, in fact, no, you know what?
Well, hit them while they're down.
No, he's going for the one that just hit him in front,
Mm,
in front of him.
that makes sense also.
Yeah, because it hit him.
Yep.
Wow, that is just awful. Why is that doing that? Here, I gotta move this out of the way. I can't even get to it. There. God. Okay. So he's gonna take a. Yeah, he's gonna take a swing.
Take him down to there.
Oh my god, dude. That was a crit, but
Oh, nice.
not a quit. It landed on a 20 and then it went to 2. So
Oh,
Damn.
it was a false hope crit. All right, so he misses spectacularly right there. Talissa, you are up.
Okay, Talissa was preparing to cast Cure Light
You can
Wounds
switch your
on
targets
Sidar.
or you
Okay,
you can you can switch clear I cleared your targets for you. You can switch your targets.
so maybe Arawak. Yeah,
yeah.
Mhm.
because he's pretty hurt. I'll just
Yep.
swivel and
You swivel around and describe it to me.
swivel around and begrudgingly put my hand on Arawak.
Is Scoot here for that? Oh man.
And she says, "This is gonna hurt
Oh my god.
me."
More than it hurts you.
Yeah,
That was excellent. That was so good.
I like
E-
that.
Everybody's killing it tonight with the role play, man. Beautiful. That okay,
And
so
Arawak hands her 2 gold pieces.
roll your in the middle of combat. Roll your
Heal,
cure.
heal.
Yeah, roll for healing.
Oh,
That's
damn it.
horseshit. He gets 3. My rule is with
Like,
cure light wounds, the
Okay.
minimum is 3.
yeah,
That's
that's.
my rule. I think that's completely fucking retarded when that
But it
happens.
is
So
realistic, though.
I think a cure.
Especially when she begrudgingly touched me. It was like,
You know what? Maybe I'll just give you
Yeah,
2 for that. There you go. You got 2 back
Yeah.
instead of 1, just for that
I was
comment.
like, right. I wasn't committed. I
You
was
weren't fully committed.
wasn't fully committed.
This is the top of the 3rd round. You know the drill. Just let me know if anything is changing and roll your initiatives and let me know your intentions, description, any flavorful descriptions too. Get noted and written down, by the way. If you haven't noticed, that's my new modus operandi is that this all gets tallied up at the end. So the
And
more
this is going for number one's other leg.
very good. The one directly in front of you.
Yep.
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 shooting arrows into melee.
There you go. That's very Airwalkish. In
Yep.
fact, that's another because that is totally what he would do. The selfish son of a bitch that he is. Um. All right. So who do we got, guys? Come on, Zidar. We got. Come on, Zidar. Come on,
I'm sorry.
Tommy. I don't know why Tommy's not rolling initiative tonight. He's really not on it tonight. That's a long sword initiative. Good
I'm just
job with the
gonna
healing, though, by the way, guys.
I'm just gonna do Cure Light Wounds again because I have another one of them.
Okay.
And then Logan.
Take your time. You and your Jimmy Swaggart character, Thief Cleric. Who plays a Thief Cleric? Like, that is the most epic combination. How can Fantasy Grounds be lagging on dragging a window on
You need
this
to
computer?
you need
How
to do
can
some
that happen? How can that even happen?
you need
Like,
to do some tumbling using your staff.
it works a little. What are you trying to do there, buddy? Let me look at what's going on here. That's not going to be possible. Okay. No ranged weapons, no spells. You're just changing positions. Is that what I'm understanding? Okay. You can do that. You give me a flat for that? Did you already give me a flat? Okay. Top of the 3rd round. Troglodyte 2. Troglodyte 2 is still focused on his query. And these things are nasty, dude. These
Mm.
are actually toned down a bit, but they are definitely nasty for low level characters. Um, that's a hit. You know, this one sees the bloody gash, and he sees the bloody gas on gash on Zidar's shoulder, and he connects both with a claw and a bite. So going in for the kill, you can see that the fighter he's been healed. He could see the magic hit Zidar, but he's still going in for the kill against him, and he can see that gash on the shoulder really hit him before, and he just keeps targeting that same spot. And he connected twice. Talissa,
I think Calissa is going to delay just to see who needs cure light, the cure light wounds the
that's
most.
a nice strategy. Very good. Go ahead and hit delay. Loman, you may do so. You are about like that. Very good. Benrus, you are up. You
All
can
right.
see a bloody, hobbled troglodyte in front of you, and you can see a vicious, very agile and fully alive and kicking troglodyte to your right, who is relentless on.
Oh, it was almost a one.
This
Oh
is your
no.
2 attack round, by the way.
Yep. So
So make
delay.
sure you delay. You
All
swung
right.
your bastard sword, but the thing you know why you missed?
Hmm.
The thing literally, it collapsed. Its knee kind of folded, and it
There you
collapsed, and it yeah, and it wound up ducking your blow
go.
out of sheer luck,
Yeah.
like sheer
Huh.
luck right there. That is you. Let's see. All right, that troglodyte's dead.
I thought you
Zidar,
were
you are
playing
up.
more sounds, Spencer, but it's actually the coyotes outside. It sounded
Oh,
like,
really?
yeah,
Oh, nice,
pack of
nice.
coyotes.
This is a 2 attack round for Zidar, and he connects. Abdomen. Zidar knows how to fight. He may be a lower level fighter, but he knows how to fight, and he's got it right across the abdomen. So the thing is, you see a large gash. Benrush, you can see a large gash open up on the chest of this thing, and
Okay.
he's gonna delay. Troglodyte 1, hobbling, makes a morale check. Benrush, go ahead and give me an attack roll against the troglodyte right in front of you. Troglodyte 1.
And where do you think you're going?
You
Nice.
connect. Try it. Start so before you roll damage, the troglodyte, the hobbled troglodyte, looks to the left at its companion, looks at its knee, looks at behind it at his other dead companion, and tries to back away. At which time Benrus gets a swing and connects, and you can describe what happened after you rolled damage. So go ahead and
Right.
roll damage. Go ahead and roll damage. That's a kill.
Yeah.
So I'll just give you the basics. You give me the more roleplay version.
All right. As he backs away, I just drive my bastard sword into his stomach, lean through, and then
Yes.
pull it out and wipe it on my sleeve.
Can you give me a dex? Just do it in the open. Yeah. So when you do this, you're able to not only do you run it straight through him, but you're able to kick him off the sword and wipe it
Yep.
on your sleeve. So it's like it's actually very showboaty.
Awesome.
Right.
Yeah, it's a nice little flourish on there.
Oh, look at the.
Airwalk with the bow strung and You have one target left engaged with the human that you can see is actively engaged with the human. You can see that the one that was engaged with Benros has just been recently dispatched. You are up.
Taking the shot.
Go ahead and take that shot. In fact, it's going to be, let's say, here. So you got to remind me, would Benros be in the
Benros
field of
isn't
fire?
even. No.
Yeah. No.
Only
No.
Zadar.
No.
Only Zadar.
That's right.
Only
Yeah, you're
Zadar.
right.
So 1 is the troglodyte and 2 is Zadar. Okay, roll your attack.
Which one am I targeting?
You're targeting the trog.
Perfect.
Arrow flies wild. Very wild, in fact. Frustratingly so, because you're ordinarily a great shot, but in trying to miss the human, the arrow flew wide. Did you delay? You did delay. You did delay.
That
Yeah,
was my mistake.
that was
But
your first
see, he
mistake.
didn't gag. He didn't gag when he walked in, so I
Mhm.
got a little. I got some respect for the guy.
Yes, yeah. It was actually quite impressive for you to see Arawak. I mean, you know these creatures can like put humans to their knees in vomiting fits, and he was able to fight through it. Talissa, you are up.
Okay. Talissa gathers her courage to place her hand on Arawak again.
Hmm.
I like
Yeah.
that.
As I'm like eyeing her, like, what the hell's wrong with
More gold. More gold.
you?
Go ahead and roll for the hill. Oh, beautiful hill.
Oh, nice.
That was a beautiful hill.
That was better this time. Yeah.
Talissa. Benarus, this is your
My
second
second.
attack.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh. Right. Here. I was face troglodyte too.
Hmm.
And then I also look at Zadar.
Hmm.
Did you see what I just did? Did you see that?
Nice. I see it. Focus on what we need to kill. Left.
What
Oh.
kind of dwarf are you?
So, in
Getting
your
excited over
showboating,
that shit.
after showboating the previous kill and then trying to brag about it mid-fight with the human, and bragging to the human, you miss. Not by much, but you do miss. The thing actually maneuvers out of the way of your blow.
All right.
Arawak. Here.
That's
Let me do that roll
Zadar
again.
was.
Is it Zadar?
You skipped Zadar.
Yeah.
Oh, did I? Sorry.
You
Yeah.
totally
Yeah.
skipped Zadar.
Okay.
Tommy's gonna have to like have a talk with you skipping it.
Yes.
All right, one sec. It's because your
Tommy's gonna
sheet.
put him down.
It's because I had your sheet open. That's why. I was looking at
Blaming
something.
an arrow up. Good.
All right. So
I'm used to it.
he's used to the abuse. Oof. Shoulder blow again, as if in retaliation for his mangled shoulder, he just mangled the shoulder of the finless troglodyte. This being the female, most of you wouldn't know that. Arawak would, but this one doesn't have a fin. To you, this troglodyte looks slightly smaller and doesn't have a fin. And he
Oh, nice.
fucking annihilates the female troglodyte, dropping it dead. Arawak.
I see what you did, Zadar. Good.
There's
Would anyone
nothing for
else like to?
Airwalk to do.
Yeah, I know, but I'm asking anyways because I thought maybe he might take a shot at the dead body. So it's like that's
It's a
why I was
waste of
asking.
arrows.
Yeah,
It was a
it's true.
if I was up there with the dagger and sword, yeah,
That brings us at
of
the
course I
top of the
would.
fourth round, which actually concludes combat at this point. Well, all visible combatants. You don't see anything else. There's light enough for you guys to see in the room. Let me take this out into 0 round, and let me do something really quick. Okay, so I am going to actually. Wow, man, it's incredible how sometimes it just gets laggy for no apparent reason. It's got memory leaks.
Dude, I've noticed that with like reference manuals, and you open up a page
Yeah.
that has a image in it, it
Mhm.
pauses.
Yeah,
There's some issues with
it's got
image
memory
stuff.
it's got memory leaks.
Didn't used to do that, and since they made those changes to the asset tracker, shit, image
Yeah,
wise has
who
kind of.
knows? Spaghetti. Supposed to like it almost feels to me like they have a memory leak. It feels like the longer
Yep.
it's on, the more that it's like putting things on the heap and not garbage collecting, which
See, I
could.
don't notice a delay over time. It's just like right from the get go for me.
I notice it over time. It gets worse. Let me open up this. Then again, I've noticed it lagging from the get-go as well. So who knows with these archaic things. Let's drop this in here. That looks good. We'll wrap it up here in about 10 minutes, guys. So we're about to that time. But before we do, I'd like to get a little bit more.
Get us in another combat real
Yeah,
quick, so you
yeah,
can
pretty
end the
much.
session on combat.
Pretty much.
All right, with that, Airwalk's gonna race down the hallway as fast as he can to the entrance, to the exit.
There's some EXP for you, gentlemen and ladies. How's everybody looking on leather levels, by the way? Cleric. Oh, that's gonna be nice for you. Looks like we're about two grand off for Zadar to fighter 3, and it looks like we are about 1,600 off for Talissa for Druid 3, and Ben Russ, who's AFK at the moment. Let's see, he's about 1,000 off.
1,500 from level 4.
Nice, yeah. Thieves, it's cool. Thief leveling is cool. So, guys, what you see here is you got, in the middle of combat, you got a good view of the area, but now that things have calmed down, you've noticed a little bit more. As I said, I'm gonna unlock it. Hold on. Okay, it's unlocked. So, as I said, in this room, there's actually a ladder. You would guess that it's about 20. It closes up about 20 feet to the ceiling, or a trapdoor. Um, there's a pile of refuse in the corner right here.
Refugees.
No, just refuse. Like it looks like cloth
Damn.
and like just piles of fucking trash and a crate and there's a couple, just random clothing articles and yeah, this looks like they like hung out in here. And as a reminder, there is another door to the south in this tunnel. And the trapdoor is not secured by a chain at all. In fact, you don't
We've
even
already we've already discovered that back in the tunnels We found that earlier in last session, Dwayne.
No, no. No, that's different. Yep. The one with the chain is this where I'm pointing on the map all the way to your south. Right there.
Yeah,
Right there.
that's what I was saying,
This is,
Spencer.
yeah. Oh, you were, Scoot?
No,
I thought
no,
I was,
we didn't come down the one with the chain. We came down. We went down another way,
yeah.
and then we went in our exploration. We found the room where the chain was holding
Correct.
the trap door.
Yes. Correct. Yeah.
That's okay.
Um, yeah, this is something you would recognize this is something completely else. So it leads up. 1 second. Airwalk, something is off about the wall
I'm gonna
to your
stab
east.
my sword into it.
So stabbing your sword, you can't really stab your sword into it per se, but you notice that it is made. It looks like a concealed door to you.
Bennett's gonna walk up and try
So
to stab at the wall too.
Loman, you discovered it too.
No-
Yeah, I haven't said anything.
There you go. And there's refuse on the floor over here. So now I've described everything.
So at this point, I'm like, Zadar, Fenris, two frightened shape.
This earthen tunnel has no stone shoring or supporting timbers. Consequently, much fresh dirt lies on the floor.
So Benders would know
So I don't
obviously
get an answer from Benris or Zadar.
what was it? Yes.
I'm sorry, Scoot. I was reading something. You had. I was completely sidetracked there. My brain went off.
No,
So
I
what?
wasn't
What?
talking to you. I was talking to Benris, and oh yeah, I kind of am
I am
talking to
Zadar.
the other
Yeah,
half of you.
I am Zadar. I am the law.
One more time, Benris, Zadar, you two in fighting shape.
He takes a sword and he does one of those things.
And I point at what I see. There's a
Is that a
passage over here.
There's a
So
what?
when you say that Zadar moves in, what does Benrus and everybody else do?
And I'm going to move in.
What was it he said?
We'll let Loman take a look at it. He wants to play. He wants to play thief. We'll let him play. We'll let Loman and his clericalisms play pretend thief.
Looks like a simple concealed. It looks like they have a cloth in front. It's a cloth overlaying a door. It's literally a cloth kind of painted like rock and covered in mud.
Oh,
It's just a cloth.
nice.
It's just a cloth that is just covering. It's just a concealed opening. There's a threshold. It's not a door. It's just a cloth covering there like a curtain, but it's just muddy and shitty and kind of laid across the wall right there.
I like it.
And literally, yeah, and it opens up into a dark, dank tunnel.
All right, stand back. I'll knock it down.
Did you check it for traps?
He did not. Well, it's a cloth.
Well, you
You don't
said there's a
really.
door behind it.
No, a threshold. It's just an
Oh.
opening. I'm sorry if my
Oh.
terminology is off, but yeah, it's just a cloth. You can poke the cloth and check if the cloth is poisoned or That would actually be interesting.
My brain might be my brain
Oh
might be
no, it's
fading.
fine, dude. It's getting late. I feel you, dude.
For some reason, I thought you said there's a door, and I'm like,
No, 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 no. A threshold. When I use that word interchangeably, sometimes it might be confusing. So I'll be more specific next time.
no, no, no. I know what a threshold is. There we go. Let's let
Okay,
Loman.
why don't you? That's actually good. Why don't you give me a find and remove traps in the tower, and you can scour the area for anything mechanical or off about the threshold here. You can almost certainly confirm that the entrance here is not trapped. There is, however, lots of foot traffic coming in and out. Laura, are
I,
you there?
yeah, I had to step away for like a little
That's fine.
minute. Is there anything else in this room? Uh, did we already search the bodies and everything?
No. And
Is is
a pile in the corner. There's bodies, and there's also two what look like to you like prison cells almost.
We got that other room. That's right.
Yeah, and I want to go get my sling too, so I'm gonna head back that way.
Mm-hmm. You certainly
Yeah.
do.
You guys got all kinds of shit to go back
Yep.
and
There's
get.
all types of shit. Loman, your backpack is actually soaked. So what did you have? What did you have in there?
Notebooks.
Let me check. That's you gotta. No,
Well, if
it's
it's wax
wax.
covered,
It's wax sealed. That's not gonna get
Mm,
ruined. But let me check what you have here.
that's a relief.
Well, you might want to dry off your thief's picks. Is that in your backpack? No, that's not in your backpack. That's in your belt. No, you're good. You're good. You don't have any perishables from water in there. Absolutely not. No, you're good. But I check shit like that, so I'm becoming an inventory Nazi. Um, Talissa, you're able to make your way back down, get over the mud pile, and retrieve your sling. Loman, you're able to retrieve your backpack without any problem. What would you like to do?
Well, while we're down here, yeah, for sure. And to look through this door again.
Are you?
Oh, oh, okay.
So peering through the window reveals a skeleton
oh,
leaned up
excuse me.
against the wall in tattered rags, and he appears to be chained to the wall. There's a manticle around his leg, and he is obviously he could escape easily right now if he was actually alive. Okay, the door opens with a creak. Obviously, they haven't bothered locking this in a while. There is nothing of value on the skeleton. It smells horribly musty in here and dank. In fact, there's a pile of mushrooms to your left. Nothing like the gigantic mushroom monstrosity that you saw in the main chamber, but there is definitely a pile of mushrooms, and some of them are growing out of the skeleton.
Hmm.
Very soggy, damp, perfect place for mushrooms to grow.
Poison.
Yeah,
Well,
Collect them for making poison.
uh.
did we try this other door, or what did we see through the other door?
Nothing.
Well,
Would you like to try to visit the other room? So
yeah.
you guys are traveling together with torchlight. Opening this up reveals nothing but a rat that scurries off. There's manticles, but nobody tied up in here. A pair of rusty manacles and a rat scurries off into a hole in the wall.
Okay.
Everything appears flat and in order. Hold
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, I
Okay.
want to search
So you two are
um
both rifling
pile.
through the piles.
Yes.
Okay, inside
Oh dear.
the piles, you don't see anything, but you do notice that the earth underneath the piles of cloth looks like it was freshly covered.
Oh,
Like
like
somebody had dug something and covered it up. You would easily recognize this as freshly tilled ground. Okay, does
yeah.
anyone have a shovel? Let's check what you guys have
No,
here.
but
What type of implement could you creatively use to dig?
Your
Or your hands,
fingers.
or your fingers? Would you like to
If it's
attempt to
fresh
just dig?
soil.
Yeah, would you like to attempt to dig down with your hands?
sure, I would.
All right, we'll fast forward it here and just say that you guys dig down, figure it out. You uncover a buried chest. It's a little bit water
Oh,
damaged, like when wood gets soggy from being buried in the earth. It's been buried in there for a little while, but there is a chest, and inside that chest, it's open, it's not locked. You find 45 gold pieces, 89 electrum pieces, 204 silver pieces, 460 copper pieces, and a brooch. Interesting.
ah,
So I'm going to drop this in the party sheet.
is it
Yeah,
a
the
jeweled
brooch.
brooch?
It is. It's a beautiful brooch. It has a white pearl on it,
Ooh,
and it looks exquisite craftsmanship. In fact, if Arawak takes a look at it, he would probably guess that this is of elven make. Not his people, but most likely Sylvan wood elf.
What? Wood elf?
Yeah, wood elf.
There are no wood elves in Greyhawk.
All right,
Grugok.
Mister. All right. Well, he knows that it's of elven make. He would guess that it was elven
High elf,
of
maybe?
elven high elf craftsmanship. I'm not as versed with my elven
is
It's
it in
okay.
the party
Greyhawk
sheet?
knowledge. Yeah, I'm gonna drop it in there right now.
Okay.
And I would scoff at it.
That's why I said you. Yeah.
Traitorous.
So it is in the party sheet. I'm gonna distribute the coins, which will give the weight to you guys. I just distribute them equally. So if you guys had a nice little haul there.
Okay, yeah,
It-
I can manage this myself.
What?
Nothing.
Manage what?
Nothing.
All right. I don't know what you're talking about. Is there something you need me to do or
Oh,
okay.
just
Um
proceed.
okay. So the the other stuff in the party sheet, the banded mail, the chainmail, the crossbow, the dagger, the longsword, the mace, all that shit is back in the cottage. You see that? But the brooch itself is not assigned. So feel free to divvy that up amongst yourselves or whoever wants to take it. But it just appears to be an ordinary brooch at this point, but it's exquisite craftsmanship.
Anybody
So
interested in
I am giving a quarter of the copper to Benris, Loman, Talissa, and Zadar.
Sounds good. Yeah, the only reason why I equally distribute it is because
You
I
don't need
don't
to
have
explain.
time.
I get it.
I
I
don't
get it.
have
You don't
time to
need to
do that.
explain. So each of you add 25 copper to your inventory.
oh, and that's just because Arawak doesn't like
Because he
And
doesn't care.
copper.
I give 4 of those gold pieces to Talissa and say, "You touch me twice."
I love it.
Awesome.
And make the pain go away.
You've touched his heart, Talissa.
Wow.
That's a mean feat
This,
considering the Grugok.
Well, this is all Benris's fault.
Oh, I see. I
Well,
see.
Benders is considering whether he should tell Airlock to pay her more.
Oh, is that what you are doing?
I
Is
am.
that what you're doing?
I
Yeah.
am.
Does this conclude
I
your
look at
Oh,
him and I go, "What do you mean pay?
I'm gonna look at Airlock and I'll take a gold coin and I'm gonna
What do you mean pay?" And
for
as I'm
service.
saying that, I slide my dagger out and I kind of
God?
wave it in front of his big bulging gnome or dwarven
Oh my
nose,
God, dude.
and I go, "What is this pay that you speak of,
Oh my God.
dwarf?"
Mhm.
You
Punching
don't.
Benrus.
You don't want to go down this road, Airlock.
And on that note, just kidding.
But we're on this road. What do you mean
My
by
God.
pay?
Exactly what I said.
What is this pay?
It is a form of and how can I put this?
I don't know. You
Exchange.
tell me how you can put this.
it's what you
It,
You're
it,
just
it,
did.
it's
It's
a
what
form
you just
of
did.
saying thank you for healing me,
well
which
then.
you've always been
Why are
doing.
you not pulling these gold things out of your pocket and giving them up to your friends?
I do. You just don't see it, Airlock. Are you blind, Airlock?
You cannot trust a dwarf. And I spit on the ground and
Oh my God.
resheath my
The
knife and
epic.
just walk away.
This is the epic. Okay. The role play tonight has been exquisite.
And from this
Before
point
Airlock
on,
steps away,
Airwalk is going to
Yeah.
constantly be watching Benris to
bef-
ensure
That he
that he
gives.
is giving.
bef-
What does Benrus do when he walks away, Roger?
before before
I
you
don't
walk
turn my
away,
back to him.
Okay.
be, before you walk away, Airlock, I call Shadow over to my side,
Dog runs up and starts
And
licking you.
and I tell him to sit and watch.
Nice. Yeah, the
that's
dog.
supposed to are you trying to intimidate me?
You take it how you want to take it, Airlock. Good boy.
Just remember who needs more sleep.
Oh my God. Oh my God. The dog, by
And
the
I
way,
wink at you.
the dog seems extremely happy to see its master after that, and it still kind of itches at its ear. Its ear is
Why
still
didn't we
bothering her.
bring Benris
Yeah,
into, or why didn't we bring the dog into the fight?
He told him to stay. He
I
didn't
have
want
my
him to come.
I have my
That was
reason.
a
No, he told him to stay. He wanted him to heal, and I
Yep,
actually rolled to see if the dog would obey.
yep.
Told him to stay while he ran down. He didn't want to.
usually he's
He didn't want to bring
usually
him into the fight. That was Roger's decision. But yeah,
Yep,
he told him to stay. I actually rolled to see if the dog would
Probably better.
stay.
yep.
Probably would
poor
have gotten
dog.
poisoned.
Now he
And it was also it couldn't. I mean, it was obviously distraught by that shrieker, man. That got a ridge and the dog's hearing.
Yep.
Oh, amazing! It didn't blow its ears out. So here's how we're gonna end it, guys. We're gonna call it right
Wait,
now because we're
okay. Do I need to add this manually? The 4 gold pieces and 25 copper pieces? Sorry
yes,
to
you do.
interrupt you. Okay.
yeah, you do. And who
Uh,
grabbed the brooch?
Oh, I was going to unless
Okay.
Fenris wants it.
Nope. Go ahead.
All right, and then guys, just so you know, yeah, grab that out of there. Just so you know, in the party sheet, these things in the cottage, we should take care of this eventually. Um, you do know, and I'll just remind you, you do know that the plate mail that you got, just as a reminder, because you guys had figured this out, you know that it was of exquisite craftsmanship, but it's fitted for a human. Okay. And you also know that one of the shields, one of the medium shields, because you got 4 of them in there, but one of them is of extremely fine quality.
Oh, a
Whether or
shield?
not
We
whether or
we
not that
we we got a dwarven tank that could
yeah,
benefit
what
Yeah,
from that.
but exactly, but the plate mail definitely is human fitted. But
right.
and
That
this
could
isn't to say
use a
this
car.
isn't to say they're magical. I'm just telling you, or
If
I'm just telling you
they're better
that
made.
they're better made.
Okay.
Exactly. They could be. I mean, you don't know. So but we'll figure all this out because I'd like to get rid of some of these things off
Yeah.
the well, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna turn on this other extension so I can pull these things out of there and put them on like a wagon container or a bag of holding because I like to get them out of the parcel items section.
Either
But
that or
Oh, it's there in the
just
cottage.
let
yeah,
us sell
cottage.
them. Let us sell them and get whatever we can with them
Yeah,
for them.
yeah. Except that in this town, that's gonna be yeah,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I
Not
mean,
gonna get
just to get rid of
jacked
them.
that's
Just
true.
to, I mean,
You
we're
could
not going to
unless you
use
offload.
got
them
a
otherwise.
unless we got a cart. And if we have a
True.
cart, it could just get tossed on the
Uh,
cart and taken
uh,
to a place for better
Yeah,
price.
that's true. It's about a 3-day. It's a 3-day journey to Hook Hill. I'm sorry, Hook
I
Hill,
don't think it's
and
worth
then
it.
it was a 3-day journey to the west to Hachuch. So here's where we're gonna end it, guys. You're in this stinky, dank room. These bodies of troglodytes. All they are wearing is belts. That's it. And Arawak, you would know that it's like a sign of superiority amongst troglodytes. The more their belt is decorated. One of
Mm-hmm.
these troglodytes, the bigger one with the fin, his belt actually has like like a silver buckle and like what would you call those things where they like the like rivets on a belt? They're like studs.
Studs.
There's like there's still studs around it, and nothing particularly valuable or anything, but troglodytes, you know that that's like kind of a